Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Get ready to rumble!
Yeah, baby, you already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Y'all already know fight day. Man, it's going to be an epic day in the sport of boxing. Y'all already know out there in Saudi Arabia, we got David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, the Ecuadorian monster, the Dominican monster versus Anthony Yarde, UK boxer sensation. Been in the trenches a lot. Maybe could it be Anthony Yarde's big break? We got Devin the Dream Haney right back in the ring, moving up the division, daring to be great versus Brian Norman Jr., considered arguably the best welterweight at the time from Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all already know Devin the Dream Haney, highly successful, highly accomplishable. By the age of 26, it'll be turning, I believe, 27 this week or next week. Shout out to Devin Haney, 2-division world champion, was undisputed in the lightweight division, went to the 140-pound division, beat Regis Prograis, who was arguably the number 2 best fighter in the junior welterweight division at the time when he beat him. Went to then for Ryan Garcia, one of the most anticipating fights of this young generation amongst their contemporaries, and then he got his butt whoop in that April 20th 2024 date out here in the Barclays Center, New York City, my city. And then we all know that Ryan Garcia popped dirty for Oster in the same PEDs that Subriel Matias, Puerto Rican sensation, just got caught, just tested positive right now, and still waiting on the B sample. That fight is in jeopardy for the January 10th date. Subriel Matias, the WBC 140-pound champion, supposed to be fighting Smith from the UK. Hopefully, let's see what they're going to do. They talking about if he's going to be stripped, that Smith is going to have a potential fight with, I forgot who they said, Smith and Puello, Dominican sensation. Hopefully, to be honest, if they do strip Subriel Matias, I would like for the WBC to put that belt on the line for Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, just like they did with Canelo Alvarez in the super middleweight division. They put the WBC put the vacant title on the line for him to fight Callum Smith, while Callum Smith was the WBA champion. So I believe the WBC, who really doesn't follow the rules, because because if you ever see the WBC rule, they always say so discretion, something like that. Y'all already know English is my second language. But anyway, shout out to the members in the channel. Shout out to the members. Low Nose Boxing in the building. Low Nose Boxing in the building. Savage in the building. Savage in the building. What's good? Shout out to all the members. Eric Gomes in the building. What's good? Matong in the building. What's good? Isaiah in the building. What's good, man? Randy con la bandera República Dominicana. Let's get this thing going. I know it's late, New York City time, but it's Friday. I know y'all out. Y'all probably heading back home. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it started. Let's get it started, baby. Let's get it started. High octane, baby. La música de Randy. La música de Randy. Hey, they're gonna sue. They're gonna sue me. They're gonna sue you. They're gonna sue me. They're gonna sue you. They're gonna sue me. They're gonna sue you. You're gonna sue me. I'm a counter sue. You're gonna sue me. I'm a counter sue. You're gonna sue me. I'm a counter sue. DJ Camelo, Alex Sensation, págame la música, yankating. Shit, we got a new hit. Hey, yo, we making hits all day. You gonna sue me? I'm gonna sue. You gonna sue me? I'm a counter sue. You gonna sue me? I'm a counter sue. I ain't no liar, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't no liar, okay? Break it down on bossy, logically, and objectively. Don't get mad at me. You're going to sue me? I'm a kind of sue. You're going to sue me? I'm a kind of sue. Mira, Shanene Jenkins. I'm not scared of you, motherfucker. Love my kids. 483 in the building with the $5 suit. But yeah. Good looking now. With the $10 super chat, I'm sorry. I comprar to buy Chinese food tomorrow. White rice, chicken and broccoli tomorrow. Good looking now. God bless. Love my kids. I love my kids. And everybody should be loving their kids too. Let's go. Shout out to the members. Love my kids. Everybody should love their kids. Connor Green said, kind of pathetic. David Benavides should call out Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about that as well. Canelo Alvarez, the former 4th Division World Champion, super middleweight undisputed, former King Nello, a.k.a. Canelo, a.k.a. Cashnello, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. Get the fuck out of here, man. Canelo Alvarez wants to fight Terrence Bud Crawford again. He wants revenge. And the people say, hell no. Canelo Alvarez, get your mind right. Go see a therapist. Do not get back in the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford, the man that's regarded pound for pound 1-2. You can flip it around. But even Alexander Usyk said that Terrence Bud Crawford is number 1. So Terrence Bud Crawford is number 1. The face of boxing in North America, outside of Jake Paul. Because Jake Paul is going to be fighting Anthony Joshua December 19th. You saw he might have the Rocky Balboa story. He might have the Rocky Balboa story. If Jake Paul goes the whole stretch and by the final bell, it doesn't matter how many times he got dropped. If he hits the final bell, that's Rocky 1. The movie Rocky 1. Yeah. Because Rocky, you already know he lost the fight in Rocky 1. But there was people out there that felt like he won. That's why there was a rematch, and that was Rocky 2. But you understand what I'm trying to say. We all saw the movie. He said, punch Bakacha in the building. I was born ready, 2026 Canelo Alvarez. But you know what? In the end of the day, let's be real, let's be honest. That may be the best fight in the 168-pound division. See, look, I'm saying it like this. I know there's a lot of people that say, no, hell no. Canelo Alvarez, hell no. Why Canelo Alvarez? He fights somebody else. No. Let's be real, let's be honest. In the 168-pound division, that's still the most lucrative, and that's probably the best fight you can make at 168. And I know, because in this community, I was saying, yo, what about Canelo Alvarez? What about Terrence Bud Crawford versus Demetrius Andre? And you said, boo, y'all was throwing me tomatoes and eggs. Y'all was throwing me dirt. Hell no. Yo, punch, shut the F up. Nobody wants to see no damn Canelo Alvarez versus Demetrius Andre. And I said, what about Jamal Charlo? Jamal Charlo still undefeated. Boom, they was hating me. Hey, shut the F up, punch. Nobody wants to see no damn Canelo Alvarez versus Jamal Charlo. We already saw Kalen Plant. We already saw Edgar Berlanga. We already saw Jaime Munguia. So, ladies and gentlemen, the most lucrative fight in the 168-pound division is the rematch, la revancha of Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Right? Boxing talk. Boxing talk in the building. Con lo die peso. The super chari parique. Me dice. We just out here on WWE heel turn stuff. Shadeja interview. This is crazy work. You saw the interview, my brother? Shout out to Shadeja Green, the super middleweight lineal champion, showing love to the channel. Great interview. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shadeja Green. They dunking Shadeja Green. She's the boogie woman. She's the boogie woman in the sport of boxing. Claressa, she was like, we don't want to see you go out there and party. I don't give a damn about papoose. I don't give a damn about the $8 million. You fight Shadeja Green, Claressa Shields. You fight Shadeja Green. The boogie woman. The boogie woman. Boss Lady says, my chat working. Yo, chat is working, Boss Lady. Boss Lady, yo, chat is working, Boss Lady. Good looking out, boxing talk. Randy, con la 20 pesos. with the $20 super chat. Hey, to go to the buffet this weekend, the Indian buffet. Good looking now. Appreciate you, Colaboradora de República Dominicana. Again. La música. We gotta get live out here. We need that energy. Soda de Coca-Cola. You gonna sue me? I'm kinda sue. You gonna sue me? I'm a kinda sue. You gonna sue me? I'm a kinda sue. DJ Camelo Alex Sensation. Págame la música. Mira. Looking, ladies and gentlemen. Shanae Jenkins want to sue me. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't care. I tell the truth. Shanae Jenkins want to sue me. Mira, porquería de mujer. I don't care. Because what I'm saying, other legends feel the same way the same way I feel other legends. It's a common denominator, ladies and gentlemen. Is it a common denominator? You telling me your most likable woman. Nobody never say nothing bad about Christy Martin. And Christy Martin feel the same sentiment as Punch Drunk Boxing. And Laila Ali feel the same sentiment of Punch Drunk Boxing. And Amanda Serrano feel the same sentiment in the sport of boxing. And a bunch of women in the sport of boxing feel the same way. It's a common, the name of what is that? The common denominator, ladies and gentlemen. Damn it, I'm my fault. English is my second language. Sometimes I stutter. It's a common denominator. And there's gonna be people out there, yo, Punch, you got to stop it. You're a man. Why are you saying this about Claressa, man? Yo, come on, you a brother. Come on, you a brother. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You a man. Stop with this gossip talk, man. Stop with this gossip. I don't give a damn. Shit. I could gossip too, motherfucker. Shit. Motherfucker, everybody on social media, everybody got gossiping, all right? Call all the podcast gossiping, all right? Y'all like the Breakfast Club, they gossip. Joe Budden, you like it, they gossip. Joe Rogan, they gossip. It is what it is. Cameron and Mace, they gossip. As a matter of fact, sports is a bunch of debate dialogue, they gossiping, damn it. I don't give a damn. This is a boxing channel. I'm going to keep it real. It's still a boxing channel, and I'm talking boxing. All right? And we could talk about Gervonta Tan Davis slapping these baby mamas all around and stuff like that. We could talk about Claressa Shields. If we could talk about, damn it, Devin Haney having baby mama issues and stuff like that. And him in the carnival missing a punch and stuff like that. And his baby mama talking to Young Thug. Y'all was laughing. Y'all enjoyed it. Well, we were talking about Claressa. It's Claressa Shields' turn. All right? And we're just reporting the news. We're just reporting the news. Smash that like button. Hey, yo. Nobody, I'm going to say it again for the people that's tuning in. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the other fights as well. Bam Rodriguez is going to be performing. Abdullah Mason going to be performing. He's going to become I got Abdullah Mason winning. I got Bam Rodriguez winning today. I got David Benavidez winning. And I got Devin the Dream Haney winning today. We're going to be talking about that. But first, let's talk about the title of the live. Are y'all ready? Shout out to Akim Barak, my brothers out there. Akim Barak doing an incredible job, one of the pioneers of this boxing talk, personality, independent media. Shout out to Akim Barak. Ak and Barak had an interview with Claressa Shields. And once again, if you let people talk, keep on talking, they're going to expose themselves. But also, Ak had an interview with Christy Martin, who has a biopic. Christy Martin, one of the GOATs, one of the pioneers. Remember, it was just Laila Ali, a GOAT and the pioneer in which Claressa Shields has been attacking, devalue. I'm better than Laila Ali. I'm a Ali. I'm better than her. I'm better than her. She's only Muhammad Ali's daughter. So what's Christy Martin? Huh? Why you hating on your sister, on your little big sister, Amanda Serrano that been keeping it solid with you, always publicly praising you, and you backhand compliments. She ain't beat Katie 10, she ain't beat Kane 10. She also more than her. Oh, tell most valuable promotion to Jake Paul. Then Nikisa to stop saying that she's so more, that's the most watched women boxing and stuff like that. You a hater. And nobody likes your character or your personality. You got character flaws, all right? Nobody's talking down on you. They inspiring you so you could listen, take it in the heart and your mind and your soul, and you become a better person. Do you know why? Because you're in position to inspire not hundreds, not thousands, but millions. You're in position to inspire millions. And Claressa Shields, you're living in a bubble thinking that you're inspiring, but you're not. You're losing your own fan base. I was a fan of yours. I'm no longer a fan of yours. I no longer want to support you. I didn't even see your movie because you're not an inspirational figure. I don't want my daughter looking at you. You don't understand, Claressa. How about you take it in? How about you take this in? Listen to what Christy Martin have said. Laila Ali has said. The message the tweet that Amanda Serrano, your number one supporter of your within your contemporary, have said. All these girls don't want to show you no love because you don't show nobody love. And when you do show love, you show them backhanded love, backhanded compliment. You's a hater. Nobody likes you. And the people that's liking you, they just want to go, that's around you, they just want to go along with the ride. They just yes man and yes woman. They just want to go along with the ride. Just like, remember when Adrian Broner used to talk all that shit? Remember Adrian Broner? He wanted to become a villain. He wanted to take the blueprint of Floyd Mayweather. Where's all his people now? You don't get it, Claressa? Where's Adrian Broner right now? Where's the people around him now? Where's the people to give him a little bit chain? Help him out. What happened? Because you think by having this bad image or villain or whatever, like Christy Martin said, a lot of people were saying you're trying to adopt the Floyd Mayweather image. It only works when you're winning. As soon as you lose, listen, don't always, when people say, hey, yo, when somebody's constructive criticizing you, you know what I'm saying? And right away you jump in and be defensive. You be defensive. I understand defending yourself. I understand you take that into real life. Defend yourself at all times. I get it. But listen, if most people that are highly respected, I'm talking about the GOATs of boxing. Christy Martin is one of the GOATs and the pioneers. Laila Ali is one of the GOATs and the pioneers. Amanda Serrano is one of the GOATs within your contemporaries. They're saying the same thing. Listen, Claressa, nobody's against you. You're against yourself. Do you understand? There's inspiration within these criticism. Yo, I'll put it this way. If somebody be like, hey, yo, punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you a harsh dude. No, I'm not. And another person say, you a harsh dude. No, I'm not. And people, young people, man, you're a harsh dude. My own, the people that was rooting for me, not telling me, yo, you're a harsh dude. And I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. Hey, yo, man, when a good amount of people are saying the same thing about you, it's time for you to look at yourself in the mirror. And why? Why are we saying this? Because everybody knows that you're one of the greatest to ever lace them up in the ring. A lot of people truly don't argue with you, even when they say that you arguably the greatest of all time. That's not the issue. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you like this. I know it's boxing, but men boxing and women boxing, the way that we see things in the blueprint of us of being successful is very, very different. We understand that Muhammad Ali needed to open his mouth and talk that ish to sell, and for people to come and watch him lose. And we understand that. We understand that Floyd Mayweather adopted that type of blueprint. I understand that. Why? Because it was lucrative. It was successful. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what was successful in women's boxing? You know what was lucrative in women boxing? Was great character. Was ladylike. Was being ambassador. Was being liked. Was being respectful. Amanda Serrano is a highly respectable lady. She's a warrior in the ring, but a lady outside of the ring that's always showing love to everybody, including Claressa Shields. Katie Taylor the same way. You know what's the blueprint of succeeding in women boxing? Follow the blueprint. Laila Ali, classy. Martin, classy. Amanda Serrano, classy. Katie Taylor, classy. You see the drift? You see it? That's the blueprint. The blueprint is not to be disliked. You're in position to inspire many, not just hundreds. So here we go. This is a couple of snippets on what we're talking about. What Christy Martin had an interview with Barack, and listen to the response of Claressa Shields. I can't put the whole thing. Of course, you got to go watch the whole full interview of both of them so you can understand what I'm talking about. But y'all will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christy Martin, a legend. She got a biopic. Go support that.
You know, she's hard to like. She's hard to support. Right now, you need to be a little more likable. Get the people to want to watch you, want you to win. Look, when you have to name yourself the GOAT, somebody else do that. And then you're the GOAT.
Does that make you upset to hear that?
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care.
I got a biopic before she got a biopic, so I'm more likable than her.
You's a liar!
Like, what are we talking about? And let's talk about how I box better than Christy Martin. Maybe because she don't like me because she thought she could try to fight me a couple years ago. Girl, you're like, I think at times she was probably 50.
Time out. Didn't you was calling out somebody that's almost 50 years old? Was it that was calling out? Ali, you see when you enough, you see people expose yourself. Oh, she was wanting to fight me and she was like 50. So why you wanted to fight Laila Ali? Huh? Shanae Jenkins? Why do you want her to fight Laila Ali? She's almost 50. What is it? You trying to use a name to get up? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again. And I know you looking on. I know you looking at Punch Drunk Boxing. I know you looking at. And your people's looking at your cousins, family, friends, and stuff like that. Even maybe Pap as well. Shout out to Pap.
You know, she's hard to like. She's hard to support. Right now, you need to be a little more likable. Get the people to want to watch you, want you to win. Look, when you have to name yourself the GOAT, somebody else do that. And then you're the GOAT.
Does that make you upset to hear that?
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care.
I got a biopic before she got a biopic, so I'm more likable than her.
You's a liar!
Like, what are we talking about? And let's talk about how I box better than Christy Martin. Maybe because she don't like me because she thought she could try to fight me a couple years ago. Girl, you're like, I think at times she was probably 50.
Go ahead, Paul in the building. What's good, man? He said, I hope so. I hope her team is why they watching. She watching. She comment on my channel. She's watching. This is inspiration. Claressa Shields is one of the greatest to ever lace them up. Claressa Shields is one of the probably the best skillful woman fighter of all time. Arguably, probably. That's not the issue. The issue was not her skills in the ring. And I said this in the interview I had with Shadeja Green, and what I was talking about, the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time is just not only what you do in the ring. It's what you do in and out the ring. That's the greatest of all time. What Muhammad Ali did, the inspiration in and out the ring, the movement in and out the ring, the empowerment in and out the ring, the culture in and out the ring. He was bigger than life. He was bigger than boxing. Nobody, no human. I don't even think that there's another human that is more like Muhammad Ali. And everybody, all his contemporaries, past, present, and future, will pay homage to Muhammad Ali. How are the pioneers of women boxing? She has no respect for the pioneers of those who paved the way for her. Esa tipo una malagradecida. In English, she's ungrateful. Who goes out there and hates the pioneers, those who paved the way for you? Let me tell you like this. There's going to be a lot of fans that's going to like you and dislike you. There's going to be a lot of fans that just paying attention because they bet on you or bet against you. Ain't no better respect and acknowledgement from those that are great. You could be a baller, right? And that dude in your block is going to be like, man, you ain't shit. But if Michael Jordan tells you, I like you, kid. I could see you're going to be great. I like your game. I'm glad. I want to pay tickets to watch you play. Ain't nothing better than that. Ain't nothing better than Laila Ali. Like when you was younger and giving you game and give you inspiration and showing you love and giving her and using her platform to lift you up. She ain't have to do that. You notice that everybody in the beginning was showing mad love to Claressa Shields. What's happened? Well, you think that people is disliking her because she became a 3-division undisputed world champion? No, it's not because of that. Character flaws. Character flaws. And sometimes, I'm going to say it like this, we probably all have character flaws. But you also going to have people that's going to check you. And the boxing world is checking you. They checking you. Listen to the boxing world. Listen to these GOATs. You think it's just fans? You think it's just YouTube content creators? You think it's just haters? No, it's your contemporary as well, man. It's the GOATs, it's the pioneers. And the other pioneers is looking at this. Look at this woman. Look at what we fought for. Look at what we build. I fight better than Christy Martin. I fight better than Laila Ali. Any fighter today, because in everything there's an evolution, right? There's an evolution. Why people love Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson could talk his shit within his contemporaries, but he never disrespected Muhammad Ali. Go check that the Arsenio Hall interview with Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, and Mike Tyson. Even when he's given the question in which Mike Tyson could say, yeah, I can knock him out if I want to. Never. Look at Mike Tyson, the way he shows his emotions when he's talking to Sugar Ray Leonard. Just look at it. And Mike Tyson's one of the most boisterous, he can know how to trash talk. Mike Tyson's also in position that he could do the same thing that Claressa Shields is doing. But he don't. Yo, I've been around Roberto Duran. Yo, the people love Roberto Duran. They love Roberto Duran. None of these young fighters will say nothing bad about Roberto Duran. Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just pay homage. Facts, Trey Gates say Mike love Ali, bro. They love Ali. And you going to disrespect those who came before you. And even what Christy Martin is saying, ain't nobody saying that Christy Martin lying. Even the people around you, people that are rooting for you, the enablers are saying, yeah, Christy Martin was saying the truth. Ain't nobody saying that Christy Martin is lying. Nobody saying that Christy Martin is lying. Angel said a man should not have her out here looking stupid. I think that Pap fall also. I say it like this, man. I don't know, yo. Now this is gossip, but I'm gonna give my man's. I'm gonna give a man's point of view. A man's point of view. Hey, yo, y'all can give me pointers too. I'm good with pointers. I don't got no ego. I love to educate and be educated. Huh? If somebody tells me, hey, yo, look, you a husband, and this is the way that you should go by these things to be a better husband to your wife, to be a better father to your children, to be a better son to God Almighty, to build your relationship with Christ. This is what you need to do. This is what's better. This is what, you know what I'm saying? That's all good. You ain't doing the right thing. Do this. I ain't gonna just go, hell no, man, shut the F up. You don't know my life. You don't know this shit. Nah, man. A lot of people saying the same thing. If I was a woman and Laila Ali, put it this way, I wouldn't even go back and forth with Laila Ali. I just pay homage. But what would make you go back and forth? And if they say something, when Laila Ali says, yo, get in weight, lose weight and go to those divisions because it's going to work for you. Now look what we're talking about right now, years later. You're in a weight division that nobody respects. You're in a weight division that doesn't have great talent, not even good talent. These are no disrespect to the heavyweight, to the heavyweight fighters right now. But let's be real, let's be honest. If you understand women boxing, these women are not even full-time fighters. These are part-time. The last fighter that she fought was a part-time nurse. Meaning that Claressa Shields, you are highly professional and all you have to do is box and go to the gym. These girls don't even make enough money to stay in the gym. They got other jobs. She's working. Hey, yo, her opponent was working, and then 2 weeks later, she got a fight and then go back to work that same Monday. And still couldn't knock out certain opponents. And then when people be like, hey, yo, but your body ain't looking right, then she says, oh, they body shaming me. Ain't nobody body shaming you. Oh, I never been in this way and stuff like that. No, man. This is boxing. In the weigh-in, even the dudes has to, we have to look at, you got to make weight. So in boxing, looking at the weight and looking at the body is part of the game. It's part of the analysis. It's almost like Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. They had a weigh-in today. People saying, yo, Devin Haney he looking cut up. He looking ready. He ready to go. Hey, yo, he looking bigger than Brian Norman Jr. It's the same thing with the men. Don't you, Claressa Shields, always want to say that we need to be equal to the men and stuff like that. But then when you get criticized, hey, yo, we criticize Tyson Fury's body. Huh? We criticize Tyson Fury's body. Ain't nobody shaming this part of the game. Everybody saw that little pouch? Huh? There's women out here. Hey, yo, there's women out here. I've heard. See, I don't know about the woman body like that. I only know about the woman body one way. You know what I'm saying? But there's women out there that felt like, I've seen a couple of channels saying, yeah, that girl's pregnant. She might have an abortion because I know you just can't have a gut like that and then like that. She probably had an abortion. That's I don't understand that. Right after the fight, I said, maybe Pap is a distraction. And I don't mean it in a bad way. Sometimes your own folks could be a distraction if they not within the regimen of you preparing for war. You know what I'm saying? The distraction usually comes from those that you love in the sport of boxing. Look at the guys. Look at Gervonta Tank Davis. What's his distraction? Baby mamas. Teofimo Lopez leading up to the George Camboso fight. What's his distraction? Baby mama. Devin the Dream Haney was his distraction. Baby mama. Son, that sometimes the distraction is the father's. Look at Roy Jones Jr. What was his distraction? His father. You know what I'm saying? So it's not out the rims of boxing to say that maybe Pap is a distraction. And it's not even, he don't have to do nothing. Maybe that she's so fully in love that that's a distraction. I don't know. We don't know. We speculating. Assumptions. The OGs are trying tough love. She just won't. Yeah, she won't receive it. She's not used to the tough love. But that's what happened when you have a bunch of yes men and yes women around. Hey, yo, let me say it like this. Don't nobody want to be with a woman to have a reputation that a lot of people don't like her. And that's vice versa. But I can speak for as a man and for men, you know what I'm saying? You know how we talk at the barbershop. Sometimes they got to put a video on like a camera. And women need to see what men really talk about. What men really look in for a wifey and stuff like that, and vice versa. Us men got to understand the women as well, what they really want from a man. But for real, like it's almost like when women injecting their butt and getting motetas and getting whatever put things in their face. Let me say it like this: men, we're not gonna wife you up because you injected your ass. Really, we don't. Man, when we settle down, the looks is one part, but it's not everything. Being with somebody and sharing a life is different from just being with somebody and just fucking having a trophy chick and stuff. And it's vice versa, male, female, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if Claressa Shields was my woman, she was my woman. Hey, yo. Woman, why you gotta go after Laila Ali like that? Come on. Let's be classy. Let's be classy. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Let's be classy. You better than that. Hey, yo, háblale a tu mujer, mi hermano. If I was friends with Pap, hey, yo, my brother, talk to your girl, my brother. Talk to your girl. Halala, home. Yeah, halala, man. Hey, yo, my friend. You be having your girl looking out there looking crazy, my brother. Huh? Hey, yo, nah, man, que esa actitud, hey, yo, mujer, come over here. Let me talk to you for a minute. Hey, yo, stop. Hey, yo, Barack, hold on with this interview. Hey, yo, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because at the end of the day, you and me, you represent the company and stuff like that. We're not going to act like that. I don't do that in hip hop. Even when I was going through my little breakup with Remy Ma, I'm still acting a little respectable and stuff like that. I'm not going out there and I'm not jumping. Hey, yo, you represent me too. All right? No me de Ari tú a mí aquí. Oh, get the fuck out of here. hey, yo. That's the reason why people are saying that's not that Pap ain't into this chick. That's the reason. You know why? Because they feel like a real man will be like, hey, yo, woman, you shouldn't represent yourself like that. All right? There's a lot of money on the table right now. We need to put you out there to inspire many women out there, to inspire a lot of people and stuff like that. This ain't a money grub, all right? This ain't a money grub. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this drama shit sells. It don't sell, all right? It don't sell. It's just entertaining. But money comes and goes. We've seen it in the sport of boxing. It's going to be a downer. Let me tell you like this. Of course, not everybody going to like you. Not everybody going to like you, but stop giving us so many excuses not to like you when you do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing good. Ain't nothing inspirational by being disliked. Well, you want to be a Ray J? You want to be a Tekashi 6ix9ine? That's the way you want to inspire? They just getting their money. That's it. You want to inspire the culture like that? Huh? In the position where you at right now? that women boxing came a long way? That's what you're gonna be inspired about? That's how you want to inspire the people? To disrespect your OGs, the elders? I mean, that's even common sense. Not even, I always say the boxing translates to life itself. We don't respect the elders. We don't respect those who came before us. She might be the same person to be like, hey yo, if the ancestors of the past that went through slavery and stuff like that came out of the ground and stuff like that, she'd be like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Hey, what the hell is going on around here? Why you calling me nigga? That's the way that we talk now. But around my days, we for respect. That's the way we spoke, grandpa. Grandma, that's the way we talk, nigga. That's the way we talk. It's a form of endearment. What? Endearment? Nah, let's be real, let's be honest. Let's be real, let's be honest, right? He said about if the ancestor, she's the type that be disrespecting those who got slashed up, Today is a new day. My struggle was worse than yours. I overcame more than you overcame. You don't want to listen to nobody. There's never been a constructive criticism that Claressa Shields says, you know what? Maybe it's true. Maybe I need to work on that. There's no constructive criticism publicly that she never just, she owns up to it. Own up to it. Like, if you see the interview, you see when Akbar Rock is expressing her, what Christy Martin said, and she's watching what Christy Martin is saying about her, and she like, listen to what Christy Martin is saying. Listen to what Laila Ali is saying. Read this. Hold on. Let me see if I got it right here. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. This is your home girl right here, too. Hold on. This is Amanda Serrano. Just for the record, ladies, Katie and I are making the biggest purses in no. Hold on. Not this one. Is it this one? No, that was me and her going back and forth. Where is that? Is it this one? This is me. Okay, this is Amanda Serrano. This is when Amanda Serrano has had it with Claressa Shields, backhanded compliments, hating on her. Amanda Serrano, I said this before, if y'all tuning in, Amanda Serrano was her number one cheerleader. Out of her contemporaries, Amanda Serrano, if y'all know women boxing, y'all know Amanda Serrano always with it for Claressa Shields. That's my sis, that's this. But she got to the point like, yo, why are you hating on me? I'm not saying that I'm the GOAT. People are telling me I'm the GOAT. I'm one of the greatest and you don't like it. And now I'm successful. And now I'm getting money. And you know what? I'm bringing all the girls along with me. Amanda Serrano, look, Claressa, you are one of the best. And I will always admire what you have accomplished. But over the past 3 years, you have consistently made disrespectful comments about my company, my promoter, my accomplishments, and the people I care about, who have changed my life and have made it a point to support women's boxing on the biggest stages possible. It's time to recognize this and move forward on separate paths. I will always be a big fan of yours. In-ring accomplishment. Stay well. What made your sis your number one supporter within your contemporaries say this? What makes Christy Martin say these things about you? What made Laila Ali say these things? Look at yourself in the mirror. Hey, yo, people around her, even Pap, telling her shut the fuck up and look at yourself in the mirror and keep it real with her and tell her what they're saying is true. Be a fucking real man to your woman and be like, you know what, baby? Yo, I love you. I like everything about you. But I can understand why other people, this is the shit that you portray out there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe on the come up, you had a lot of haters. I understand that. Maybe you had to overcome a lot of things. Maybe you had to overcome a lot of bullying and stuff like that. Maybe they wanted to give you a just due. Maybe they didn't think that you was pretty and they was making fun how you look or whatever and stuff like that. Or maybe you had the good clothes like you did and you have this chip on your shoulder. But baby, you made it. You made it through the storm. You're on top of the world. There's no need to be disrespectful. There's no need to not feel accomplished. And there's no need to take any criticism or constructive criticism. Ain't no need. You are the greatest. And many of your contemporaries feel the same way. They don't say, no, she not the greatest. Amanda Serrano don't say that. Katie Taylor don't say that. Alicia Baumgartner don't say that. No women say that. You feel like the whole world is hating you. Yo, let me tell you like this. You like to refer God. I know one thing about God. God gifted and God takes it away. You pray on something and God delivers. You pray on something and God delivers. And when he delivers and you still on some that you're ungrateful about it, man, he gonna snatch that thing away. He gonna snatch that thing away. You're going to snatch that thing away. She likes to refer to about, oh, God, this. When people are getting on her, she like, oh, God got my back. God got my back. Yo. Many of these ladies are saying the same thing. Let me tell you like this. And the ladies that's not saying it publicly, I've spoken to enough of them. I've spoken to enough of them. I'm inboxing. When I say that a lot has had it with her attitude, it's not that they hate on her. They don't like that person. They don't like her character. They're not inspired by that. And yes, look, people are inspired, but not only what you do in the ring, but people that's what builds the story. That's what builds the fighter. In boxing, we are inspired by not only what you do in the ring, what you do outside of the ring. You think that Manny Pacquiao, people love Manny Pacquiao just because what he does inside the ring, or is what he does outside of the ring because of the things that he do inside the ring and how he shares, how he's a humanitarian, how he shared the gospel. You think that people really just inspired by what you do in the ring? The greatest of all time, Tag, comes with what you do in and out the ring. And I'm telling her, you're losing fans. You're losing that precision of inspiring people. There may be a downfall. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a downfall in each and every one of us, whether it's major, whether it's minor, whether we learn from other people's mistakes around us and we don't make the same mistake. I mean, those are the smartest people, really. Learn from those around you. But sometimes we're going to have our setbacks. And guess who's going to lift us up? You know who's going to lift us up? Those people that truly love us. Those people that truly love us. And look, and I just say certain examples of celebrities because that's what most of us see in the limelight. We don't know each other's personal lives, but there's examples out there. I'm gonna give you an example. Everybody know Rockefeller Records. Everybody know Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and Biggs, right? In the chat, right? Who's the most disliked out of all of them? Who's the most disliked out of all of them? Could be successful, but who's the most disliked out of Jay-Z, Damian Dash, Biggs? Who's the most disliked? In the chat. If y'all within the hip-hop culture and stuff like that. Who's the most disliked? She has a rebuttal for everything. Facts. Love My Kid says Damon Dash. Dame. Maton says Jay-Z. I don't know about that, but all right. Who's the most disliked? Angel says Jay-Z is the most disliked from Dame Dash and Jay-Z. Well, I say this. Many people, if you look around and you've been in the culture, right? Many people many people don't like Dame Dash's mouth. It's not what he delivers, because what he delivers, a lot of shit that he says is true about the business. He inspired many. He has put a lot of people on. But also he's disliked. No, I'm not saying what you feel. I'm saying what's the public what is the public perception? The public perception of Jay-Z is not that he's a snake like that. Massively. Is that people don't like Dame Dash's mouth. Dame Dash's approach. When Dame Dash has his downfall, who's are those people around him? That's why they be asking, yo, has Jay-Z hit you up and you going through financial, it's financial downfalls and stuff? Is he helping you out? Cameron just recently had to speak against his own. Mace don't like him. Cameron not cool with him. Jay-Z, Biggs don't like him. How Jay-Z and Biggs are cool, but they not cool with Dame Dash. What I'm saying is, when you're disliked, there's gonna become a time that you're not the one that's lit anymore, and everybody just gonna go their separate ways. They're gonna see you drown trying to swim, and they ain't gonna help you out, because at the end of the day, they look at you like they don't like you. Claressa Shields. A lot of people don't like you. And when you have a downfall, we're letting you know now, because I don't want to see Claressa Shields go through that. I don't, because I feel what she's shown in the public eye, in my opinion, she's shown like she's emotional about everything. She don't got to cry, but you don't understand emotional about everything. So defensive about everything. Emotional, weak. If she needs to come to Punch Wrong Boxing after securing an $8 million deal, and come to Punch Wrong Boxing the next day on my comment section, or 2 days later on my comment section to say, I ain't gonna sue you, that's weak right there. Because who the fuck is Punch Wrong Boxing? After $8 million, that's when I know that I guess I have, she listens to me. And let's be honest. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you get $8 million right now, a lot of you won't even be on YouTube watching me right now. Y'all gonna be like, y'all be like, yo, I'm gonna set my kids up. I'm going to vacation. I'm gonna be buying this. I'm gonna be paying off this, man. Fuck, I got $8 million. The last shit I'll do is go to YouTube and pay attention to a Punch Wrong Boxing. I'm not even Joe Rogan. My voice do not reach the masses. How do you come after securing $8 million? You come to Punch Wrong Boxing? You think my word is going to dictate how? If my put it this way, if my criticism before you got the $8 million, you still got $8 million, that means that my criticism in the past of you never did anything, right? It didn't dictate anybody. My criticism of you in the past didn't say, and Salida Promotion and Win Record says, you know what, man, I heard Punch Wrong Boxing talk about this. It's Claressa Shields. I just don't want to sign her. I'm influenced by what Punch Wrong Boxing said. I don't want to sign her. And MVP says, and Nakisa says, you know what, I don't want to talk to her. No. So my word don't do anything, right? We ain't turning our back on her. We are trying to save her and help her change her ways. Yeah. I want Claressa Shields is in a position to inspire many. Claressa Shields is a position you to inspire and motivate many. This new wave, you don't have to sell your soul, or you don't have to be a villain to sell. And this is when I know that everything is just not, it's not about women boxing, it's not about uplifting. Because what they said, she said that I'm signing with Salida Promotion and Win Records because, you know, they got a plan for her and they will coexist. MVP is not only signing women because they like them, they uplifting women boxing. Why don't you get along with the other women and uplift boxing with the gentlemen that truly and genuinely uplift in the sport of boxing? Think about that. Most Valuable Promotions is uplifting women. If it wasn't for Most Valuable Promotions right now, ladies and gentlemen, mark my words, there won't be no women boxing. Women boxing. Just think about the WNBA getting canceled and bankrupt. If the NBA that funds the WNBA, because the NBA says we're going to cut all funds to the WNBA. That's it. There's no more WNBA. There's no professional women, a professional women league in America. If it wasn't for Most Valuable Promotions right now, women boxing will be dead. Why wouldn't you? And they swallow their pride to talk to you and try to offer you to sign you to come along and join the other ladies that uplifting women boxing. No, you went by yourself. Salida and Win Records. It's just about Claressa. For Amanda Serrano, it's not about Claressa, and that's why she's the greatest woman of all time. I don't give a fuck about anybody say, because for Amanda Serrano, it's just not about Amanda Serrano. And Shadeja Green echo my sentiment about it. Amanda Serrano was in position to take all that, and Amanda Serrano could be one of the most stingiest person by having just Most Valuable Promotions, getting her money, and forget about man. She shared her spotlight. They signed to sign all these ladies. She's the spearhead of Most Valuable Promotions, signing 80-90% of the females in the sport of boxing. Amanda Serrano got no ego in her body. If she did, she wouldn't be like, they wouldn't be like, hey, she would be like, nah, Jake Paul, don't sign Alicia Baumgartner. Matter of fact, people already saying that we could fight each other and stuff like that. No, Amanda, bring Alicia Baumgartner. She's a queen. Bring her on. Hey, yo, guys, sign Shadeja Green. Let's put money in her pocket. Amanda Serrano, I'm going to tell you like this. This is who Amanda Serrano is. And this is why I love that woman, man. I love that woman. I wish that even dudes could be like that. Watch this. Watch this. This is how cool Amanda Serrano is. Give me a second. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Where is that? Where is that? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Because I want you to see this. Remember when Amanda Serrano fought Heather Hardy, right? It was a great fight, the first fight. Heather Hardy's already outside the sport of boxing. Heather Hardy's trying to look for a fight. Heather Hardy is going through financial difficulties, right? At the moment. Shout out to Heather Hardy and everybody go support her podcast, right? Amanda Serrano fought her the second time. Why are you fighting Heather Hardy for the second time? Heather Hardy, And y'all could Google this, but I could put a bunch of interviews about it, but let AI also tell you. Amanda Serrano fought Heather Hardy again because it was a show of gratitude for Hardy's generosity in the first fight and an opportunity for Hardy to earn a significant payday. She fought Heather Hardy because Heather Hardy needed that payday. And who was going to give it to her? She's in position to fight her, not just to fight you, but for you to earn money because you got a daughter as well. You got a daughter. And I don't want you to struggle. And I know now that the promotional company is not giving you the type of fights that you need. That's what Amanda Serrano is. I'm fighting you to make a living. That's the only way as a fighter. That's the only way you can help each other out. We got to fight. That's the only way. And I could get you thousands of dollars. She didn't only just do it with Heather Hardy. Peep this. And look, y'all can check it for yourselves. Look. Because show gratitude for Hardy's generosity in the first fight and opportunity for Hardy to earn a significant payday. Now check this out. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Daniela. Remember that name, Daniela. Diana, I'm sorry, Diana Santana. People were saying, yo, why? Why is Amanda Serrano fighting Diana Santana again? Hold on. Give me a second. Because I want to show y'all facts. I want to find the interview. Well, Savannah Barkley. Oh. See. Let me see. Well, anyway, there's an interview with her. She fought Santana. Santana had a baby, right? She had a baby. She was struggling out there in Dominican Republic. Struggling. Didn't have no money, didn't have no support. She was real struggling. Real struggling. She had just had a newfound baby. Amanda Serrano, I'll fight you. She fights Santana so she could make a living, so she could make money. She didn't have to fight Santana. People again was like, why she's fighting Santana the rematch? Why she's giving her a rematch? Like she's not even in a position. She fought Santana because she was helping another sister out. That's what Amanda Serrano is. You remember when Mike Tyson was talking to Jamal Charlo and he was saying, yo, that's how you look after your friends in boxing. You fight them so they can make a living. Remember Can't Get Right in the Life movie. We all saw what happened when Can't Get Right got all the right. He left the prison camp for baseball spring training camp. Love my kids in the building. With the $10 super chat, remember Can't Get Right from Live, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence movie. We all saw what happened when Can't Get Right got all the right. he left the prison camp for baseball spring training camp. I love that movie. The Upper Room. Shout out. Hey, yo, Claressa Shields. Shadeja Green was your friend. Why don't you give Shadeja Green that same opportunity? Didn't she help you out in sparring? Why don't you give your old friend Shadeja Green an opportunity for her to be great? What is it? Shadeja Green is beat. The only girl that beat you, Savannah Marshall, and you don't want to give the opportunity. You don't want to share that limelight. You don't want to share that limelight. You heard Shadeja Green. Shadeja Green said, you know, I thought we was friends. We was friends in the past. Just because Shadeja Green's in position that she wants an opportunity, Shadeja Green never disrespected Claressa Shields in the past. All she said, nah, you know what I'm saying? I would like an opportunity to fight her. She's a wonderful fighter. They said they invited Crew de Jour in her last fight so they could proper fight. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't even, Crew de Jour felt disrespected. You don't want to share the limelight. She don't want to share the limelight. See, when these other girls didn't have that limelight, when nobody was talking about these girls, she was all right. She was all right talking good about, but as soon as they start getting belts and as soon as they start getting the limelight, as soon as they start getting, you know, interviews and people paying attention, because it's hard in women boxing for these ladies to really get their just due and get attention. She don't like it because all she wants is me. It's all about me. It's all about me. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Not even the people in the past. I don't give a damn. They ain't shit. I'm better than Christy Martin. I'm better than Laila Ali. You don't want to say Ann Wolf. You try to use the Ann Wolf just to get on Laila Ali, and then she's messy at the same time. You messy. Usando la gente, using people. And look, if you're going to be used, you're going to be used. But we all know why Muhammad Ali's ex-wife was with Claressa Shields, and she's saying, go fight Laila Ali. Probably she's a scorned woman that Muhammad Ali married Laila Ali's mother and had a kid by her. And Muhammad Ali's ex-wife was supporting Claressa Shields and saying that, yeah, Laila Ali should fight her. We all know that she doesn't give a fuck about Laila Ali. You know what I'm saying? And she used Muhammad Ali's ex-wife to make Laila Ali look like the villain or something. You know, try to use her to entice her to a fight, thinking you thought that Laila Ali was weak-minded and she was gonna fall for it. That was crazy, right? That's evil. That's evil right there. That's evil. God don't like, and you don't ever, and since, you know, ever since she did that, her character is just going down, and more people with legit opinion, right? Like a Christy Martin. You see how it's going down? You see how everything is coming down? Everything is coming down. I know the sport of boxing. I don't give a damn about these contracts or like football contracts, non-guaranteed. You still got to fight. You still got to get in that ring to collect that money, right? It's just like Gervonta Tank was about to get $40 million to fight Jake Paul. That shit happened with that girl. He ain't getting that money. We all know we're going to see Gervonta Tank back in the ring. Let me tell you like this. That money ain't guaranteed until you get inside the ring. And hopefully win records, you hire relevant artists because that's who's going to sell. That's who's going to sell. Claressa Shields' next event has to be with other music artists for fans to come out. Ain't even about boxing. Because ain't no damn boxing promotional company needs a record label to sign a fighter. You tell me when that happens. It's because probably Salida promotion don't got the money to give Claressa Shields what she probably feel like she wants and get. They can't afford her alone. So a record company needs to come into the sport of boxing. Are we dumb out here? We ain't dumb. We ain't dumb. But however you get it, get it. I want all the fighters to be compensated, including Claressa Shields. I want her to get $100 million if she can. I want her to get $100 million if she can. Right? All I'm saying, put it this way. It's like when I was talking about, if y'all familiar with the channel, remember we was talking about, yo, why Devin Haney's with this chick, yo? You know what she gonna do. All she gonna want to do is get the money. Come on, you know this chick is from Miami. She's a high-class escort, bro. She's a Taz Angel. Devin, what you doing with her, bro? What happened months later? What happened months later? Order protection, publicly stating that Devin Haney hit her while she was pregnant and all that stuff. We all saw it coming. We all saw it coming. We was trying to tell the young brother through these airwaves, yo, my man, what you doing? She gonna try to get you, man. What you having babies on? How are you? Out of all the girls in the fucking world, you being with a high-class hooker? Devin, you better than that. So in Devin's eyes, it's probably a criticism. A criticism like, oh, y'all in my personal business. Yo, we looking out for you. It might sound harsh, but damn, listen to the harsh shit. What are you doing with her, bro? I want my homeboys, if I was someone with a chick like that, to be like, hey, yo, my brother, yo, Punch. Maybe you're not from this city or maybe you're not from this block, but I'm telling you like this. She ran through all these dudes out here, bro. She's dirty, bro. No, I love her. No, I love her and she loves me. And she changed. I don't care what she done in the past. No, take into consideration. People that saying, yo. He said, stop hating on Claressa. Now ain't nobody hating on Claressa. We love Claressa. That's why we saying what we saying. We love Claressa. That's why we saying what we saying. If we don't love Claressa, we won't say shit. We'll be talking about David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde and Devin Haney versus Brian Noma Jr. It's because we see that she is a special talent. We see that she's a special talent that got character flaws. And at this position, she doesn't need it. She don't need to have this character flaws because she's in position to inspire so many. She's in position to inspire so many. Just like Serena Williams and Venus Williams. Look at the class of Venus Williams. What, you don't think that Venus and Serena Williams come from the trenches? You don't think that Venus and Serena Williams come from Cali, from Compton, from the jungle? You don't think they made it out the mud too? But look how classy is especially Venus Williams. Classy. The Williams sisters highly respected and highly competitive. Classy. She says she's young, she will grow. How she's gonna grow? With us telling her the truth. Not to enable her. I don't want Claressa Shields to go through a downfall. I don't want Claressa Shields to take a loss and then see how the world, how the people around her, not the world, the people, her world turns against her. Turn about face. In boxing, they say it's a lonely sport. We've seen it time and time again. I seen these old fighters in the arenas when they had a big entourage. Hey yo, remember I was talking to Zab Judah I think it was a year ago, right? In one of the channels. And I asked him, I said, he was talking about what happened to his, when he lost. He said, man, 80% of the people about face. Let me say it like this, because I'm close to, I was close to Teofimo Lopez in the lead-up fight to George Camboso. There was supposed to be a after party in the hotel, in the conference room. Friday night, everybody, it was packed. Friday night after the weigh-in, everybody was in the hotel. You know, there's a little lounge and bar in the hotel. Everybody was there, right? In support of Teofimo Lopez fans, family, friends. It was packed. When Teofimo Lopez lost to George Camboso, people still went to the after party. Tio was in the hospital. Pops was in the lobby. That cut it. 5% of the people that was there on Friday was there after he lost. Nobody gave a damn. Tell Teofimo Lopez how lonely it was. Tell his father. Tell the people that was there. You could count. You could actually count. Tell the other boxing content creator that was there. When you lose, you lose. And when you have a mouth like Claressa Shields and you lose, you really gonna lose. People may be around you just for the wave. And let me tell you something about boxing contracts. If Claressa Shields lose, that contract is voided. Signing bonus is $3 million. She don't got the $8 million yet. She got to fight for it. If she lose, it could be easily voided. If she gets arrested or something like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is celebrity. This is Hollywood. You know that people could plan shit. You know what I'm saying? They could rip that contract up. They could. I've read enough boxing contracts to know. So all we saying is, listen to the quotes. Forget about the YouTubers. Are you going to sue Claressa Shields? Is Claressa Shields going to sue Christy Martin?
You know, she's hard to like. She's hard to support. Right now, you need to be a little more likable. Get the people to want to watch you, want you to win. Look, when you have to name yourself the GOAT, somebody else do that. And then you're the GOAT.
Does that make you upset to hear that?
I don't care.
I don't care.
I got a biopic before she got a biopic, so I'm more likable than her.
You's a liar!
Like, what are we talking about? And let's talk about how I box better than Christy Martin. Maybe because she don't like me because she thought she could try to fight me a couple years ago. Girl, you're like, I think at times she was probably 50.
Y'all know. Come on, folks. I don't care. Yes, you do care. You do care. Stop. Stop this defensive mechanism, man. Just stop. You care a lot. If you didn't care about Christy Martin's opinion and you don't care what people say, you wouldn't be here writing this. Hold on. Where is that? Well, it's not there anymore. I took it out. But that's when she said she would sue Punch Drunk Boxing, that she wouldn't sue me. You wouldn't be on Punch Drunk Boxing saying, you're going to get sued. Right? If you didn't care, you wouldn't even come to Punch Drunk Boxing and say, I'm going to sue you. And I'm just Punch Drunk Boxing. You do care. The thing is, you just don't want to take it in. Why is Christy Martin is saying she's hard to like? Is she lying? She's hard to support. Is she lying? Why is Christy Martin saying that? Because what? She hates you? Why is Laila Ali saying what she's saying? Why? Because she hates you? Why is Punch Drunk Boxing saying it? Why? Because I hate you. Why these bunch of YouTube channels are starting to they now really and there's some people in their media that's saying the same thing. They just don't say it because they still want to keep themselves on the fence to get their little interviews here and there, and they want to act like they don't want to be personal about it. Even the people that's interviewing don't like it. They do it for numbers. They do it for the channels or whatever. They do it not to burn a bridge. That's it. But 90% of the people in boxing feel the same way. And it seems like the dude that's with you seems like he don't give a fuck either. Because that was my woman. I don't want my woman with that reputation. That's what a real significant other will do. Pull you back. You know what I'm saying? You remember in the interview she said, me and Pat, we be in the bed and we be watching social media. We be laughing at these comments. We be just laughing at certain things. No, you don't. No, you don't. Give me a kiss. Oh man, she gonna be heartbroken. Pat Lee, y'all already know how celebrity relationship goes. Shit don't last. They gonna come to an end. I'm just kidding. Hey yo, I ain't lying. Yo, folks, you know how come on, we've been living it long enough to understand this Hollywood celebrity shit ain't gonna last. All right, it's not. Time is running out. I'm telling you. And we letting her know, yo, watch your back. Watch. Because maybe in love is the reason why probably she signed that contract. Oh, Ruin Records. It's because my pap. Yo, baby, just signed that contract. You know, we better than Most Valuable Promotions, baby. You know we could do better than them. Sign with this, and we're going to give you a little signing bonus, baby. I love you. Oh, my God. Of course, I'll do whatever you ask me to do. I will sign right here. Pappy's like, yeah, got this one. Yo, what's good with you and your chick? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know what it is. Come on, man. I got this joint right here, man. I'm saying it's high class pimping right here. Love my kids in the building with the $50 super chatty patty K. Said, yo, Punch, my son's played for the Raiders and Jets his first year. He made the final roster. Something happened off field with his position coach. My son was released. Priority Sports told my son he was responsible to pay back his his signing bonus. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Oh man. That's some snakish shit right there. That's some snakish shit. I'm sorry to hear that. The politics when it comes to these sports, is crazy. It's crazy. And then, but in boxing, I'm sorry to hear that. Love my kids. I'm really sorry to hear that. Hopefully, he gets himself in better position, pick himself right back up, and you already know. But sorry to hear that. Good looking out with the super chat. Appreciate you. God bless you. But man, pray that everything goes good with your son. Because it seems like he's in position. He's playing, get signed with the Raiders and Jets. It looks like he's highly in position. Hopefully, he finds his way and fight good people around him in the terms in the business of the sport to really look out for him. Okay. Punch. It's fine. He made the D2. Yeah, I read that comment, the comment that you sent. Okay. I thought it like recently, like right now, because I know I read the comment yesterday or the day before yesterday. All right. That's good. And hopefully he makes it to and really accomplish what he's inspired to be. Put everything in God's hands and always be. I always say this, always be in position for you to receive the blessings. And I think that's sometimes, when we don't get what we feel like we deserve or we want, we blame God. That's when we know there's a God, because we always want to blame God, right? Because we know his power. And I think that we all gifted. And I said this before. I think that we all gifted. If we're breathing, if we're living, we all gifted. We are gifted. But sometimes we don't put ourselves in position to receive the blessings. We're all blessed. We don't put ourselves in position to receive that blessings. So we're so distracted with what the devil has in store for us that when the blessing is right in front of us, we can't even identify it. And then we could go a whole life or half of our lives saying, man, ain't nothing ever worked for me. I never got nothing. I never earned nothing. Life been hard my whole life. No. God ain't gonna have you in this world just to suffer for 50, 60, 70 years. There's gonna be some times that we walk in that straight line and we walk in that straight path, and sometimes we go off course, we go off track. And when we go off track, that blessing we miss. We miss that train of blessing, that bus stop of blessing. We miss it. Even when it's not going right, even when you feel like the time you're supposed to receive what you've been working for at this time. I went to school, I got my degree, I played sports, I did everything I needed to do. Damn it, man, this coach snubbed me. Damn, this person snubbed me. Damn, this situation snubbed me. Damn, stay on course. Stay on course. That the people that you least expected is going to come around and help you out. The people that you least expected, right? It happens like that all the time. The people that you least expected. Sometimes we're dwelling on people that really don't got that really don't love us or really don't care about us really, and we get so affected by them not accepting us or giving us or being reciprocated for us because we're there for them, and we're so focused on the negative that positive is right here, and we can't see the positive because we still focus on negative. He's married to my beautiful daughter. He's married to my beautiful daughter-in-law from Fordham Road, Bronx. Shout out to BX in the building. They are a blessing and an example to myself for sure. How good life is, bumps or no bumps. Man, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. God give it to you when you need it and not when you want it. Facts. That's why we say in God's timing, in God's speed, in God's timing. God is like God is gonna give you something that you can't handle. Harlem in the building. Let's go. God is not gonna give you something you can't handle. We just gotta find that how he's gonna use us. Trust me, I've been through that battle. I've been through shit. Growing up, I've been through that battle. At first, I was brought up Christian. Then when I'm asking so many questions, I'm asking a lot of questions. Even my aunt was saying, and people say, you always been curious about, because I read the Bible when I was younger, and then I hear the preacher, and it's not clicking. It's not clicking. The preacher's saying something that the Bible's not saying. Then I got questions. And then when I'm asking the preacher for some the question is like, oh, don't worry, you just gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. No. You just preach something that is not on the damn Bible. You said that Halloween is the devil's birthday, and I don't see the calendar in the Bible. Right? Hey, yo, back in the days, you remember when the preacher used to be like that? Halloween is the devil's birthday, and trick-or-treating is a sin. And I'm like, All my friends are trick-or-treating and stuff like that. I don't want to wear no ninja suit, ninja costume and shit like that. And you telling me that I can't go trick-or-treat. All I want is now laters and blow pops and shit like that. You telling me? Love my kids, but if I super I'm cheese. Please excuse all the typos and everything else. I'm chiefing. Or teething. Good looking out. Right? Preachers wasn't answering my question. Then I seen my folks, more deep they get into the religion, they look like the devil's in them. I'm like, nah, man, I don't like this stuff, man. Then you look around you and you know what happened when you're young, you forget about your personal relationship with God, and then you let those around you in the church or those that's preaching about God, and then you look at them and they're supposed to be a symbol of God-fearing people, but they doing devilish work, and then you stop believing in the message because you're trying to look at the message through the people, but those are the wrong people. You gotta look at. You can just look at the book. Trust your wisdom and your comprehension, and pray that you can comprehend what you're reading, so you could be spiritually inclined. And then I said, "Nah, I know a couple Muslims. They really about their religion. And I like how they try to educate and be there for people and stuff like that. You know what? I want to become Muslim. I bought myself a Quran. I'm reading the Quran. I said, man, I'm going to convert. And then, but that Jesus Christ that my grandmother and my pops instilled in me, I'm like, I still can't wiggle around. I'm trying to run away from Christ. I'm trying to wiggle my way away from Christ and stuff like that. Yeah, I get my days where yeah. When I was growing up, yeah, I love God. And then the next man, please, man, God got me, man. And then, why? If you ever read the Quran, you read the Quran, it really has Jesus. The Quran have Jesus more than Muhammad himself. And then years later, just come to the spiritually inclined and be like, man, I've been trying to run away from you, man. You always got my back. You always got my back. Christ always got my back. Now, when I want him to get the back, he always got my back. But when it doesn't feel like he's there, but he comes through on the clutch. He comes through. You thought Michael Jordan was clutch in fourth quarter? Man, God is million times better on the clutch. I said, man, I remember, man, I was living in my car at the time, man. It was in Van Colin Park. I dropped down. I got out of the car. I was reading the Quran, and it got to the point where I forgot what passage I'm reading. I said, nah, Christ, you real, man. You real, man. I started crying. I started tearing. I started crying. I got out the car. It was raining. I got on my knees. That's it. I ain't never gonna go this life saying that you not real, that you not. That's it. You got me. You got me. That's it. And then I'm like, yo, it's not about religion. It's just about having a personal relationship with God. And the Bible says ye holy. It don't say ye Christian, be Muslim, be Jew, be Buddha, be whatever. All he wants is a personal relationship with him. Ye holy. All he just wants you to be is holy. That's it. And the more when I started thinking that way, yo, for real, I'm telling y'all, I'm not saying that it was still a struggle, because it's life itself. You make decisions, that's still going to be some struggle. Certain things along the way, it could be financial. It could be relationships with people. But I feel like I'm not alone. When you have God in your heart, and you're gonna be imperfect, you know what I'm saying? But when you have God in your heart, when he's the center, that you know that's your center. And sometimes you may sin here and sin there for whatever minor sins or whatever, but you know you have a center. I'm never alone. I'm never alone. I don't give a damn if I lose friends. I don't give a damn if I'm not alone. I'm not alone. you know? So there's gonna be people that God is gonna put in front of you that they're gonna tell you the truth. You're gonna hear it. Sometimes it comes in through reels and you checking your phone and may have a message that you needed. All we giving the message to Claressa Shields that Claressa, you great. You're a great boxer. You a great fighter. And to get in the position where you at today, it's because you had a discipline, a great discipline, and you trust in yourself and those who helped you along the way to reach where you at right now. Nobody truly hates you. Nobody really dislikes you. Everybody truly want to root for you. They just can't root for the attitude. They don't like your attitude. Change the attitude. What's so wrong about, hey, yo, somebody, if enough people tell me they don't like my attitude, I could be hard-headed and be like, I don't give a fuck. That's who I am. But who wants to go world being disliked? I don't want to go there. I don't want to be, especially if I'm in motivational and inspirational position to inspire and motivate millions. I don't want to be a symbol of being disliked. I don't. Then my purpose is not going to be met. Because not only are you, because your career, a boxing career is short. It's short. It's going to be something after that. What are you going to do after that? What are you going to do to inspire those after when you're not relevant? You know? So you want to be liked. You want to be liked. Or you can have all the money in the world and walk around with a bunch of bodyguards like Floyd Mayweather. But do people like the person? Yeah, people like the money. People like his. That's what to this day he says the same thing and show the same thing. I'm a fan of Floyd Mayweather in the ring, but that's it. I'm not inspired by him outside of the ring. I'm not inspired. I'm inspired by Manny Pacquiao. I'm inspired how he's a humanitarian. That man is loved. I'm inspired by Muhammad Ali outside of the ring as well. I'm inspired by that. Because at the end of the day, I'm inspired by helping. You're going to be in a position where you need help, and then you're going to want to be in a position where you're going to help others. You know, so I think Claressa Shields should just take those criticism into consideration, put it that way. Because it's not only coming from YouTubers, it's coming from those who truly matter in your sport. Fellow ladies. Armin said, I don't mind T-Rex. This sport for smack talking. She back it up too, though. If within her contemporaries, Armin, I'm all good for that. I like trash talk. I like trash talk. I like that chip on your shoulder. Even in basketball, my favorite players had chip on them. John Starks had a chip on the shoulder. Allen Iverson had a chip on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? That's good. I like athletes with a chip on their shoulder, especially in the sport of boxing. I like the chip on your shoulder. But when you go beyond going after Muhammad Ali and Christy and disrespecting and devaluing, discrediting Christy Martin, it's not that's not trash. Who we trash talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, trash talk your contemporaries. I'm all right if she goes back and forth with Shadeja Green, a potential opponent. I'm all right with her going back and forth with Crew DeJourn, a potential opponent. I'm all right with that. What are you talking trash and downing, let's say, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor that fight at 140, 130, 130, 35 pounds? You ain't never going to fight them. You're never going to fight Alicia Baumgartner. Why are you going back and forth with her? Alicia Baumgartner, 126 pounds. Why are you going back and forth with her? Because these girls are getting clout, and to keep your name going, you need to go at the girls that's relevant. maybe the question should be, yo, why everybody don't like? Why am I not liked? It just can't be that they hate me. There's a reason for everything. All right. So if they hate you, why they hate you? It's not because you're a 3-division undisputed world champion. Because I ain't never heard nobody hate on that. None of the icons, none of the GOATs, none of the her contemporaries ever hated on her accomplishment. It's her hating on everybody else and not respecting the pioneers nor her contemporaries. And people had it. People had it with her. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, but there's a great day in the sport of boxing. We got a great card. We got David Benavidez back in the ring. I got David Benavidez beating Anthony Yard. I got Bam Rodriguez. Bam Rodriguez is pound for pound number 5. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound on my top 5. He's going to be fighting as well. It's going to be an incredible matchup. Devin Haney. A lot of people talking about the Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. They saying that Devin Haney had nervous energy in the Brian Norman Jr. face-off in the weigh-in. I don't know if Devin Haney would have been serious. If Devin Haney would have pushed him off, they would have still say that is an emotional thing. Look, he's emotional. He's scared. He's already chippy. You know, the last time he was chippy like that, and the most that he was brash talking about that. Look what happened to Ryan Garcia. Look what the Lomachenko. So I'm good with Devin Haney playing around. I think he's loosening him up. I don't think that. Look, I don't think in this fight nobody. No, I don't think Devin Haney nor Brian Norman Jr. is really. I'm feeling nervous. They out there in Saudi Arabia. There's not American boxing fans out there. There's nobody saying, yo, Brian Norman, you ain't shit, or Devin Haney, you ain't shit. So they don't got no pressure. That's the good thing. So I think that you're going to see a great fight between Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. I got Devin Haney outboxing him. It don't even have to be all the way outbox. I got Devin Haney winning 115, 113, or 116, 112. Brian Norman Jr. as a boxing fan really have to prove to me that he's not a manufactured fighter. Or he just doesn't have, or he doesn't have a manufactured resume. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason. I just don't. He hasn't done enough for me to say that he could outbox a technician like Devin Haney. He does have the power to hurt Devin Haney, but Devin Haney is also good on the defensive end. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, Ryan Garcia connected on the left hook, then Brian Norman Jr. connected on the left hook. Let's stop comparing even Ryan Garcia's left hook to Brian Norman Jr. because we never. Let's be real. This boxing community never was talking about Brian Norman Jr. or his left hook or nothing like that. I think that a lot of people that's giving Brian Norman Jr. the benefit of the doubt that he's going to win the fight just hates Devin Haney, hates Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? And I think they have fallen in love with how Brian Norman Jr. Sr. talk his shit, and shout out to Brian Norman Sr. as well, how he talk his shit and going back and forth with Bill Haney and stuff like that. But I just can't, I can't logically break down a Brian Norman Jr. beating Devin Haney. He hasn't shown me enough of an IQ. He hasn't shown me enough of a footwork. He hasn't shown me enough of adjustments in that and in that level to say that he's going to beat Devin Haney. Now, could he beat Devin Haney? Does he has a chance? He has a chance. He has a puncher's chance. And until he does it, you know, if he had another opponent on almost the same level as Devin Haney, if he had a gatekeeper opponent, if he had an ex-world champion, you know what I'm saying, that's in the back end of their prime, and he beat them, then I could see something. But with the quality of opponents that Brian Norman Jr. has fought, I can't logically, unbiasedly, logically, and objectively, scientifically break down how Brian Norman Jr. is going to beat Devin Haney. I would just be wishful thinking. I would just be like, I think he gonna do this, and I think he got power there, and I think, like, does he got a chin? Well, Devin Haney doesn't got the power. Yeah, we said the same thing about Devin Haney's power versus Regis Prograis, and he put Regis Prograis down. So we said that Devin Haney, a lot of people were saying, we said that Devin Haney was a weight bully. So why are we saying that Brian Norman Jr. is bigger than Devin Haney? We said that Devin Haney rehydrated 25 pounds leading up to his fight with Regis Prograis. Mauricio Sudamon, the WBC president, said in the past in the lightweight division that he rehydrated 24 pounds. So we can't contradict our breakdown now. Love my kids with a $5 super chat. I really don't like or use the hate. It comes from an ugly place inside. Claressa stays on the defense so much that she fumbles the question asked. Yeah, she just right away being defensive. She's right away being defensive, especially just taking it in. At this point, you heard Christy Martin. We seen the back and forth with Laila Ali. We seen what Amanda Serrano tweeted. We see her beef with Alicia Baumgartner. We see her beef with Shadeja Green. We see her back and forth with Crew de Jong. We see her beef on how she hates male fighters. We see it. We see what promotional company that's uplifting the sport of boxing. We see all these character flaws, all these beefs. They're always on the fence. Even if people separately are just praising other women, she want to downplay their pay-per-view, downplay their views. Like this was her first tweet after an historic event in women boxing. That if it wasn't for Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, especially Amanda Serrano, because she signed with Most Valuable Promotions, and Katie Taylor, and the best woman card. I said the best card. Forget about just women. This was the best card of the whole year. This was her. This was her first tweet. While the whole world is congratulating, this was her first tweet. And after tonight, I can absolutely agree. I am the GWO. Nobody that fought tonight can beat me in a fight at no weight class. This is her, yo, folks. This is who she is. This is who she is. All women card, Madison Square Garden, it was stacked. It probably had it felt like the women boxing was on display. This was 90% of women boxing in this card. And all of them, a bunch of championship bouts. This was a celebration. This is a backhand compliment on fighters that are not even in her weight. And after tonight, I can absolutely agree. I am the GWO. Nobody that fought tonight can beat me in a fight at no weight class. That's backhanded compliment saying that even the girls in the other weight class, y'all was shitty. Y'all didn't even show great. This is why. This is who she is. She's, I'm going to tell you, fuck that. To me, and this is my opinion, you can't sue me for this either. Your heart is ugly. Your heart is ugly. It's disgusting to me. It's disgusting. And I never was like that. I showed y'all the other day. I was never like this. I was a huge fan of Claressa Shields. I was pushing Claressa Shields. I was one of the few boxing channels that was pushing for Claressa Shields. It was only really two boxing channels that was talking about women boxing. Ring IQ, and Ring IQ is the one that actually really talks about women boxing to a depth. He's had it. He's been at it with, it got to the point. This was me arguing. This is me arguing with a dude that she wanted to sue. And I'm arguing on her behalf. And she wanted to sue him. Rick Lazier, remember that? This is me. This is how I used to speak about Claressa Shields, ladies and gentlemen. I just had it like the rest of them. Just like the rest of them. That's it. Yo estoy harto de esa mujer.
Did kind of, pinch my nerve when you did say Claressa Shields was a disgusting woman.
Tell him,
Because she was a disgusting woman for what she did. Okay? That was disgusting what she did. Do you think that was the right thing to do?
Not to call her a disgusting woman, no. I think she's a queen.
What makes her a queen?
Queen of what? She did not. The cops asked her. The cops asked her because she got a good look. Who's that guy? I never saw him before in my life. I don't know him. It was her half brother.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. That's your half brother. You're gonna say you don't know him.
Don't say anything.
No, you're gonna.
No, you don't say anything. Wrong. An attorney tell you just keep your mouth shut.
Well, that's that you're not gonna call because she didn't want to snitch on her half
Listen,
brother.
listen. She said the guy deserved it. Okay.
There
She
you
told
go.
the press that the guy deserved it. He's a 72-year-old guy, a little frail old 72-year-old guy. Do you think he really deserved it? Okay, he was hyping the show up. He's a hype man. He's a trainer. He's a hype man. Everybody knows it. Was she the only one that didn't get the memo? Come on, you don't put a guy in the hospital with a brain contusion.
Yeah, that
Come
was
on.
wrong.
I'm not gonna say well the guy was wrong, but that don't make that don't make her a disgusting woman. If she
the fact that she said he deserved it and stuff like that, that's disgusting. She's a woman, it's disgusting. Tag them together. She's a disgusting woman.
I think here everyone's got their own opinions, I guess.
No, well, no, my opinion, she's not a disgusting woman. She's one of the queens of.
This was me. What from that to what I feel about her now? It's just not me. It's just not me, Claressa. The whole boxing world. And when I say the whole boxing world, I'm not saying everybody. 90% feel like this. But it was a point where I was out here debating people, disrespecting your name, disrespecting who you are. Until, it got to the point where I actually saw what they've been seeing for a long time. It got to a point that it was no more defending you because your heart is disgusting. Your attitude is disgusting. You're toxic. You are disgusting in here. It's rotten in there. And it comes out of the pores. It comes out. That's my opinion. I don't want no female in my family to be inspired by you. That's me. That's my opinion. So you fix that attitude, that nasty, I don't care. Ain't never heard no man say, yo, I want to be with Claressa. Fuck out of here. Pap, you got that. You got that. Trust me. Trust me. Nobody want her. Trust me. Nobody want her. You got that by yourself. You don't got to worry about nobody snatching her up. Trust me. You don't got to worry about nobody snatch her up. Go look at the interview. Either you deaf or can't comprehend what they were saying. That's what I'm saying. This stuff she is doing with Pep is not from Boxing Federation. They aren't fooling with her like that. I would have signed with Most Valuable Promotions because you know for a fact they're uplifting women boxing. Could you imagine now that in a car like that, like, oh, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua got Claressa Shields and somebody else? Because she's not about uplifting the other women boxing. How about this? How about this? Will she do what Amanda Serrano is doing at Most Valuable Promotion with Win Records? Will she tell Pap, yo, Pap, let's sign all these other girls. Let's get these girls money. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think that Claressa Shields would tell Papoose with Win Records, yo, let's sign all these girls and let's get their money so they can have a signing bonus of $1 million or $2 million or something like that. Let's sign all these other girls. Do you think she will do what Amanda Serrano was doing in Most Valuable Promotions? Anybody in the chat? Whether even, I want even fans of Claressa Shields to come and answer that question. Will she tell Pap, Pap, let's get these other women that's not signed. Let's get this other woman. Let's do a Most Valuable Promotion. Let's really uplift every woman. Let's get these girls some real bonuses. Let's get them on the card. Let's get this. Tell me. Who are they? If she did, what's their names? Did you go on interviews like how Amanda Serrano? Amanda Serrano been having shows with her fighters in Orlando, Florida. Angela, good looking out. Appreciate you. Where they at? I mean, she's been doing a bunch of interviews. I would have my new fighter sitting next to me. I would do what Floyd Mayweather did with Gervonta Tan Davis. I would do what Amanda Serrano doing with Christina. Where they at? Why she ain't sharing her platform? Where's the other fighter that she got signed? Where the other fighter that she uplifting? Where they at? For those that's just joining in,
You know, she's hard to like. She's hard to support. Right now, you need to be a little more likable. Get the people to want to watch you, want you to win. Look, when you have to name yourself the GOAT, somebody else do that. And then you're the GOAT.
Does that make you upset to hear that?
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care.
I got a biopic before she got a biopic, so I'm more likable than her.
You's a liar!
Like, what are we talking about? And let's not talk about how I box better than Christy Martin. Maybe because she don't like me because she thought she could try to fight me a couple years ago. Girl, you're like, I think at times she was probably 50.
so she was trying to fight you when she was 50, but you ask Laila Ali that's close to 50 that you want to fight her. No disrespect, because you know what I'm saying. The number, she's 47, but you know what I'm saying. She said probably 50. But you wanted to fight Laila Ali that's been removed from the sport of boxing for 15 to 20 years. Go look at her last fight. One of her fights fought on the undercard. What's their names? You're still not even mentioning the name. What's their name? Ash, what's their name? She used to use her platform, and then we know who her name is. I don't know her name. Are they will win records? Or they will win records? Who are they? Who's her fighter? I don't think Christy asked her to fight either. And Claressa Shields said that her old manager. So let's fact check the old manager that told Claressa Shields that Christy Martin wanted to fight her. Or Christy Martin could sue for lying. She said, they like me better because I got a biopic first than her. So because somebody got a biopic before somebody, that means that they like you better. Manny Pacquiao haven't had a biopic either. That doesn't mean that they like you better than Manny Pacquiao. All right? Manny Pacquiao don't have a biopic. All right? That doesn't mean they like you better. Sugar Ray Leonard don't have a biopic. That doesn't mean you're liked more than Sugar Ray Leonard. All right? Because she can't take no constructive criticism. She's hard to support. Christy Martin didn't say that she don't want to support you. She said it's hard to support you. The question then is, why so hard to support me? Ask yourself that question. Christy Martin said it's hard to support you. Just ask yourself, take 10 seconds, 5 seconds, ask yourself, why so hard to support me? Just ask yourself that. Right? If somebody tells me, yo, Punch, it's hard to support you, Punch, I would say, why? Why it's so hard to support me? Yo, Punch, because you this. Look, I'm gonna say, okay. I'll be like this. Some people in the sport of boxing, in the industry of the sport of boxing, right? I go to these shows, right? And some of the people will be like, yo, y'all be watching your shit. Yo, Punch, you be funny and shit like that. But, Punch, if you want to really be and really, so these doors could open up in terms of these promotional company will want you to do a show with them or go on the zone or you know, do something in the more professional level, right? You got to clean it up. And you know what I say? Yeah, I know. I sometimes be too edgy and shit like that, right? I like my style. There's certain, my style has gotten doors open, but I also understand that my style has gotten doors shut. But I understand that. I won't say no. I'm not edgy. I won't say that sometimes that my humor is not for everybody. I understand that. I'm not gonna say, no, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why everybody just be taking it to heart, everything I be saying and shit like that. The problem is them. I understand that my humor is not for everybody. There's certain that my humor is not gonna be taken funny, and other people gonna be find it funny. That, you know what I'm saying? There's other in boxing, there's boxers out there that they can't hear one constructive criticism. They call you a hater. You ain't shit. I won't do an interview with you. I don't want to F with you. Ryan Garcia. You know how I met Ryan Garcia? He pulled out of a fight. July 4th of one of the years he was supposed to fight Jorge Linares. I did a video and I said, Golden Boy's new Golden Girl. You already know he signed to Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya. And I said, because he pulled out of a fight, I said, Golden Boy's new Golden Girl. Shout out to Lisa Garcia. This is Ryan Garcia's mom. She hits me up. No, she puts it on the comment section, right? You don't know nothing. If you want to, you should learn how to be a journalism and ask and get in touch with us, and you will know the facts and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, yo, I don't even know how to get in touch with you. I was trying to hit, Ryan Garcia's DM and IG or in Twitter to get an interview and stuff like that, but they never answer. Y'all never answer. Boom, emailed. All right, here's here's my number. Call me. I had a conversation with Ryan Garcia. With Lisa Garcia, Ryan Garcia's mom. She cursed me out in that email, man. That we laugh every time I see Lisa Garcia, we laugh about it, right? She cursed me out and she said, you pinched my nerve. Nobody in boxing has ever gotten me that mad. I had a conversation with you and I expressed to her, look, I'm a person. Don't take me too serious. I'm comedic when I break down boxing. That's just my personality and stuff like that. Like, it's entertainment at the same time. But I'm speaking real boxing, real opinions. But in my way, right? And then she told me the reason why she pulled that. Ryan Garcia, her son, pulled out of the fight, and there was contractual things that was going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know, right? Ryan Garcia hits me up on on Twitter DM and basically saying, "Yo, Punch, I don't take nothing out. I don't take nothing to heart. Yo, I actually be watching and you make me laugh. Yo, you crack me up. Yo, trust me. Yo, keep doing what you're doing and stuff like that." And you know what? I replied and I say, "Yo, good looking out because yo, I'm a fan of yours, bro. You're inspiring, could be an inspiring, great champion. Boxing needs young talent like yourself, blah, blah, but he ain't take it to heart." Ryan Garcia see me in person and yo, Punch. He didn't take it to heart. He knows, there's certain things that you could say that they're not gonna like, but it's not a lie, it's true in certain aspect. If I say, yo, Ryan Garcia never was a champion and stuff like that, he gonna be like, I don't go over there. Fuck, they hating. No, you never was a champion, right? That's just the facts. Even if I say, yo, Ryan Garcia, man, does Ryan Garcia deserve to get a title shot versus Mario Barrios after losing to Rolly Romero? Ryan Garcia could be like, y'all just hating on me. But in all actuality, should he deserve it? I want to see the fight. I think it's good for the sport of boxing. I think it's good for the division. I think that if Ryan Garcia beats beats Mario Barrios, in which I'm picking Ryan Garcia to beat Mario Barrios, and Devin Haney to beat Brian Norman Jr., and then we see a unification bout in the rematch that we all been wanting to see, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, I'm okay with it. But if somebody questions, does Ryan Garcia deserves a opportunity for a championship fight after the Rolly Romero, after the Rolly Romero loss, and then after getting suspended after his shot at the WBC in which he came overweight, popped for Osterin, should he get a title shot after those two last fights? Should Ryan Garcia get an opportunity? Logically, no. I'm happy he's getting it, but should he? No. I'm saying if somebody feels that way, is it wrong? No. So, it's just like with David Benavidez. David Benavidez is going to be fighting Anthony Yarde. David Benavidez has been calling out Canelo Alvarez for quite some time. He was in position to face Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez wanted to face him, but let's be honest. David Benavidez, he got stripped from his world title by sniffing coke. He got stripped by his title again. He got the opportunity to become a champion again. He got a title, and then he got stripped again because he came overweight. So as much as, yes, David Benavidez wanted an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez, and I want to see that. I've been wanting to see that fight. I was publicly saying, at the end of the day, you can't shame Canelo Alvarez for not fighting David Benavidez, because David Benavidez was the fuck up. Not once, but twice. Yeah, he put himself in backup position, but you can't shame Canelo Alvarez for his fuck up. You understand? Constructive criticism. His father still. Yo, I like your channel. I like your personality. They didn't take it to heart. And I'm cool with people like that in the sport of boxing. Tio is my guy. You think that Tio likes everything I say? You think that Teofimo Lopez like everything I say? You think that Teofimo Lopez like that I'm like, hey, yo, man, you went face-to-face with Subriel Matias y te dio un cocotazo on the top of the head or whatever. You think that Teofimo Lopez like it that, hey, yo, man, damn, Tio, man, you pulled out of a fight, man. You ducked Devin Haney. No, you my guy, man. I know you gonna beat his ass, man. I'm just mad, man. I'm mad. He probably like, yo, damn, Punch, the world of boxing, man, they critiquing me. I don't need you, man. You my friend, you my brother, man. I don't need you to add to the fire. I could understand. I could understand that if you be like, yo, Punch, come on, man. I know what it is, but don't do me like the rest of them, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm already getting buried out here in terms of these platforms and shit like that. I don't need you to add to the fire. But the thing is, I've been the number one outspoken supporter of Teofimo Lopez, and the number one person that says that Haney was ducking Tio. Everybody knows it. So if I be like, no, that's Devin Haney, that's fault. I can't say that. I gotta keep it real. And if you my peoples, you allow me to keep it real. Because I'm your peoples. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm your peoples, right? You my peoples. Allow me to, don't allow me to be real. I'm still cool with Tio. Still cool with the family. I love them. I consider them family. But I'm also got my word. And the only thing I have when it comes to boxing content creator, independent media, and all that is this mic. Because I'm not a fighter. So we got. So when it comes to a Claressa Shields, I think she's a phenomenal fighter. I think she could lead this. She could take women boxing where Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor is leaving off, right? Because they're in the back end of their prime. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna be here for 5 more years. Katie Taylor's contemplating retirement. Amanda Serrano was fighting January 3rd. Gonna be fighting Cruz. It's gonna be a bloodbath too. An extraordinary fight out there in Puerto Rico in which she sold down. before and couldn't fight. And she's going to sell out again. But when they're on their way out, Claressa Shields is really going to have the baton. She's really going to have the baton. Is she going to inspire the women around her? Is she going to do what Amanda Serrano is doing? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if it wasn't for, I'm telling y'all don't want to, if people don't want to believe it, y'all want to be hard-headed. If it wasn't for Amanda Serrano's sacrifice that led to signing with Most Valuable Promotions, to let her signing and being partners with Most Valuable Promotions into scouting and getting these girls to bridge that Most Valuable Promotion and the women fighters. If it wasn't the success of Amanda Serrano, Most Valuable Promotions wouldn't even look at women boxing no more. If it wasn't for the success and the warrior spirit and her bringing these other girls along while she is getting the massive shine. Amanda Serrano been waiting for this shine for years. 40 plus fights in. And as soon as she got the shine, she brought all the women along with her. Will Claressa Shields do the same? She won't. She only care about herself. She signed that, in my opinion, the Salida Promotions and Win Records is because she's trying to do music and do her thing and get money like that. There is nobody in her weight class that she want to fight. So it's just about her money, and it's about her. It's about her. And where women boxing is right now, all chips got to be in. Y'all all got to stand together to uplift the sport of boxing, the women boxing. So when Amanda Serrano is vacating her WBC belt because the WBC does not want to sanction 12 rounds, 3 minute for women to fight just like the men. 12 rounds, 3 minutes. And Amanda Serrano said, sorry. Well, let me give you the facts so y'all can read it. So y'all can read it yourselves. Serrano. Amanda Serrano vacated her WBC belt because the organization refused to allow her to fight 12 3-minute rounds, the same rules as men championship fights. She stated that the WBC has refused to involve the sport for equality and that she will only fight under the rules she helped pioneer for female boxers. Other women boxing champions also supported this movement for equal rounds. Amanda Serrano became an undisputed world champion. And you know where her mind was at? Equality for women. One of the most decorated champions in the history of the sport of boxing. She was a 7th division world champion before she got the undisputed. She wasn't thinking about herself. At the highest moment, she's thinking about women boxing. She threw away her WBC. Do you know how many women will love to be in the position of Amanda Serrano? In just the position. You hear Claressa Shields saying that she's a 3-division undisputed world champion. Amanda Serrano became an undisputed world champion. Took her long years and hard work to reach that. And her mind was to uplift, empower women boxing for equality. WBC, you're the most recognized belt in the world of boxing. You do not want to sanction 12-minute, 3-minute rounds. I'm dropping the belt. Did any other woman, and no pun intended to any other woman, but you know, sometimes when you fight, Sometimes you fight alone. Good night, Angela. Appreciate you with the support, man. Have a great night. Have a great night. Bless up. If Claressa Shields the GOAT and you have all those belts, did you vacate the WBC strap, Claressa Shields, alongside with your sister, Amanda Serrano? Or you let her fight the fight by herself? Or you let Amanda Serrano fight that fight by herself? Of course. You wouldn't vacate the WBC strap because I am the belt, I am the GOAT. I got all these titles. I'm a 17-year-old champion. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this with y'all. I'm not the only one.
She's hard to like. She's hard to support. Right now, you need to be a little more likable. Get the people to want to watch you, want you to win. Look, when you have to name yourself the GOAT, somebody else do that. And then you're the GOAT.
Does that make you upset to hear that?
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care.
I got a biopic before she got a biopic, so I'm more likable than her.
You's a liar!
Like, what are we talking about? And let's talk about how I box better than Christy Martin. Maybe because she don't like me because she thought she could try to fight me a couple years ago. Girl, you're like, I think at the time she was probably 50.
Let me tell you, I box better than Christy, man. I box better than Laila, but I did. I box. I could be Mint too. I could be Keith Thurman. I could be Triple G. I could be the mom. Yeah, I could compete with the men. Yeah, I could compete with the men. Yeah, I could compete with the men.
Yep. Oh.
Stop and humble yourself for once. I'm gonna, and then after that, wait a minute. I don't care. I don't care what people say. I don't care. Me and Papoose, we be laughing, we in bed, we be seeing some shit. Nah, this is her. Anybody, any network post that sparring video from 5 years ago getting blocked and defamation of character letter because I did not get KO'd. I got knocked down by a bitch boy with no padding in the gloves. I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you.
Oh.
Shut up. That's weak mentality right there. Weak. That's what I know. I don't want Claressa Shields to have a downfall. No, I don't. I don't want to. Because she's not going to be able to handle it, folks. No, and I don't wish that on nobody. I'm God-fearing. I don't want to see a downfall for Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields will not handle a downfall. If she can't handle a punch drunk boxing criticism, if she can't handle a real video of a dude that posted that she got knocked down in sparring, she can't handle it. She can't handle it. She wants to sue Rick Glazier, punch drunk boxing, anybody that posted that video that I just posted. She says she want to sue anybody that posted that video. Why? Can you imagine the day that Claressa Shields loses? She'll be on suicide watch. And I don't wish that on her. She cannot handle a downfall. I don't think that she can handle a breakup, but she will not be able to handle that downfall. It's going to be sad. It's going to be sad. It's going to be worse than George Foreman, you know what I'm saying, losing to Muhammad Ali and then disappear for 10 years. It's going to be worse than that. And that's why she should seek help. Because all this defensive mechanism, everybody see it. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to me. I know you watching. Claressa. The GOAT. Listen. Everybody see a defensive mechanism. You care a lot. Your emotions is out on your sleeves. You want to sue people for facts? You want to sue people because they have an opinion? Everything I'ma sue you. I'ma sue you. What, you think you're gonna keep people from not putting this on? Hold on. Hold on.
Yes. Oh.
You think that's defamation of character? Because they posted a sparring when you said you could beat men and could beat Triple G and could beat Keith Thurman, beat Gervonta Tank Davis, and then this non-elite sparring matchup put you on the ground, and that looked like what? What that gym look like? That gym look like it's in what? Florida. Is that Del Rey's gym? I don't know. It looked like Del Rey's gym. Punch. That's how I learned from Claressa when you posted her bugging after she woke up looking for a weapon when her hands should be. She was getting mad. She wanted to sue whoever. What she said, whoever posts this, I'm going to sue you, basically. That's weak. Do you know how many people talk shit about Punch Run Boxing? Do you know how many people? Hey, you know that bad people be. Hey, yo, put it this way. I'm also one of the haters YouTube channels by other YouTube channels out here. I don't be like, yo, fuck, don't say shit about me. I'm going to sue your motherfuckers. I'm going to shut your channel down. He said Miko does wonders. Yo, the inside is ugly. So it doesn't matter what you do on the outside. When your inside is ugly, it don't matter what you look in the outside. That ugliness will come out. It don't matter what plastic surgery, makeup, do-overs, hair, whatever you put, it don't matter, man. You ever, any ladies and gentlemen, have you ever met, for the ladies, have you ever met a dude that you may look from afar and be like, oh man, he's a good looking guy. And then when he starts talking and be like, yo, this guy, oh, he a scumbag and all that. Same thing with girls. Hey, yo, man, have you ever looked at a chick and be like, yo, man, she fine. Damn, she all right. And then you got to know her. She like, hell no, she's a, ugh. Don't matter how you look. The end of the day is the end of the day is the inside, man. End of the day is the inside. Yo, you could be what people deem universal unattractive, because there's a universal attraction, but you could have this universal attraction that yo, you probably that girl, probably that guy around the way that just isn't what everybody deem attractive. But you could have a funny personality and you could be a good person, and that personality makes you look beautiful. And I'm not saying because ugly is a very bad word. Ugly is very to you the ugly. So when I'm saying about Claressa, I say the ugly in the inside. I'm not even talking about the outside. Even when I say Antonio Tarver with a wig, it's because the inside for me is just, you know what I'm saying? Because she could be maybe this is an act. Maybe she defensive in front of the camera. Maybe this is not who she is. Maybe she's trying to create this villain character like Christy Martin said, right? And really behind the scenes, she's very this lovable person, funny person that speaks so well, don't got an attitude, don't put people down and stuff like that. You know, maybe that's what it is. But Shadow Ghost in the building. What's good, my brother? He said, is she really suing you, bro? Or was just saying that to get you to stop criticizing? I think that's what it is. You know why? Because yo, Shadow Ghost, just search Claressa Shields on YouTube. Man, there's so many channels that's going in on her. There's so many channels going in on her. I'm like, damn, she picked me out of everybody. You know what it is, Shadow Ghost? You know what it is? It's because others probably may do a content that's similar to what we're talking about, but is that comedic? Is that comedic shit? That hurts her feelings. You know what I'm saying? Is when people laugh. You know, when other people laugh and stuff like that. Like somebody could tell a joke, and you all right with it, but if everybody in the classroom laughs, So that people they gonna hate you more because everybody laughing, people's enjoying it. That's what it is. She don't like the charisma and the humor with my criticism. On top of the criticism, that's what it is, and that hurts her. Maybe she was around somebody and somebody was watching and they bust out laughing. I actually think that I think that she's not mad. She's not mad about because she ain't come to my channel and say I'm gonna sue you for saying that 1.7 million views was not bought. She ain't saying nothing, but she don't want to answer nothing about those questions. Did somebody in your team, that's somebody that shares your account, did they buy views? Yes or no? She ain't saying that she's gonna sue somebody for the views. She said she'll sue, or you're lying about the $8 million and blah blah blah. You said that it wasn't that you just threw a number out there. I'm just going by what you said. I ain't go take me to court because the court's gonna be like, you did say in the CBS interview that y'all threw a $8 million. Y'all just threw the $8 million. That could be way more and stuff like that. But that's what you said. She can't sue you though. She won't win. Defamation of character requires a person to meet 4 criteria. If you talk about something she says, she can't sue. If you say it's your opinion, she can't sue. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, I want to just like they when Shadow goes and you're a witness. You're a witness because you've been supporting your boy for a long time, right? For the new people that's coming in this channel, right? I support women boxing. I love to support women boxing. I love to support all the women. I was supporting Claressa Shields. And you know what? I want her to do well. I want her to do well. I know the power of her position right now. I know the power of her position right now. And she has the power to really inspire many. Just take those little small criticism that the masses are saying. They don't like your attitude. Just switch that. Look, what is that you have a bad attitude? Sometimes you love yourself so much, or you pretend to love your attitude so much, but it affects. But how can you inspire many when you're not liked? You're not in a selfish position. You're in a blessed position. Remember, Claressa, you're in a blessed position. You speak about God, do God's work. Punch, the way you speak of women, I know you were raised by strong, beautiful, and as you said, chocolate dark abuela and tu madre. Oh yeah. And let me say, hey yo, love my kids. Let me tell you something about abuela. Let me tell you something that my grandmother never told me. I'm gonna tell you guys something that my grandmother never told me. My grandmother never said, I love you. My grandmother never said those words. But guess what? Ain't nobody never showed it like her. My grandmother never needed to say I love you. My grandmother never told me she loved me. She never said I love you. It was not in her vocabulary. But she didn't need to even say it. She was the one that showed it the most. I'm talking about the unconditional one. My grandmother used to play. She had brothers. She was like the tomboy, what you call the tomboy back in the days and stuff like that. She used to play sports. She wasn't a girly girl like that. You know what I'm saying? Like she was tough. She was, she played softball. She played dominoes with the guys. She was always chilling with her brothers, right? And she never said it. And when we had the funeral, right? The funeral, and there was people that it was hard for me to talk on her funeral, and I'm like, I wasn't planning to talk, right? I wasn't planning to talk. I was in shock. I was like, damn, I lost my therapist. I lost that bond that, you know what I'm saying? Like I lost to this day. Like Fridays, I used to, those used to be the conversation. We used to have conversations on Friday. I used to call her and we speak for hours and throw jokes. That was my comedic, like, love my parents, but I had a chemistry with my grandmother that I didn't have with my dad or my mom, right? So in the funeral, there was like people from the church and there was one, and I'm not trying, I don't want to like diss this person or something like that. And maybe she wanted to over exaggerate. You know how people over exaggerate how the person is, you know, maybe because she was gone and they wanted to share a lighter than, or an image of what she said, you know, and she was basically saying, that it was in Spanish, and she was basically saying, you know, every time I see Nila, every time she said que yo te adoro, yo te amo, that I love you, and all this, and there was a little bit more people that was saying that, and I was tearing, but I started getting irritated because I'm like, that's not her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when people started saying, oh, and she used to say, I love you too. I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching these people speak. And I'm like, I don't want to be selfish and make this, it's already hard enough for me already. And I wasn't going to talk. And then my aunt was talking about stories that, you know, we have this bond, and me and my grandmother, she always tells this story. Every time she's talking about me, she tells this story to everybody that comes through when I have coffee with her, whatever, when I chill with her, whatever. She always tells this story about me, right? So my aunt was saying, while she was speaking the story about me and my grandmother and stuff, the bond and the chemistry that we had. So then when I got up, I said, nah, let me get up. I got to say something, because it was getting to the point where I felt they was describing a woman that is not my grandmother, right? Yeah, they're describing someone. And that the first thing that popped up, and I said, you know, that I said the same thing I'm telling y'all. My grandmother, I never felt a love like that. And she never had to say, that was not in her vocabulary. My grandmother never said these words. And I had to say it. I didn't say directly to the people. I ain't look to the people that was trying to say that. I know they was trying to speak highly of my grandmother, speak sweet about my grandmother, but but there were certain things that they saying that's not my, don't, y'all don't gotta go like that. Don't. My grandmother's the type that she don't need to say I love you, because she will show it like nobody else will show it. Shadow Go said, you always support a woman boxing. You was the one of the ones telling us we need to support them. I remember. Facts. What's good, Trick? What's good, my brother? What's good, man? Long time, my brother. Hope everything is good, man. Texas in the building. So, yeah, man. I'm like, you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was thinking about it early this morning. I'm like, and I wanted to have a conversation. Every time when I'm feeling good, and that's the thing. Every time I'm feeling good, I want to have a conversation with because we're gonna laugh. My grandmother she know how to snap, bro. Like I feel like that's our comedic thing. Like I could tell so many jokes, she would laugh. She tells so jokes, I'm laughing. Like we jokesters. Like you know them. Oh, like sometimes I like seeing, even when I'm on social media and there's some like old people that be having that mean, you know, that mean face, but they be having some jokes and try to diss people. That was my grandmother all day, every day. She could look at the TV and she like, look at her nose, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. And she'll snap on everybody in the family one by one if we're talking about them and stuff like that. And it was just that. It was, and I'm like, yo, man, and when, you know, I was still I'm still in shock. Like when they say like, yo, you never going to, when people die and it's like, I said, I ain't never going to listen to her voice. I'm never, that's it. It's like, that's it. Like every day I have to tell me, that's it. Sometimes I get mad. I'm like, yo, what happened to that dream that when people pass away, they come in your dream and stuff like that and tell you how heaven is and all that stuff. I still haven't had that. I'm like, yo, when that, yo, the other day, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I'm walking, and I'm like, and I'm mad. I'm getting, when you're getting mad at that. And yo, I'm like, y'all would think people think I'm crazy, but y'all would think I'm really like mentally ill in certain times. So I'm like walking in the street, right? And I'm walking and I'm looking at the sky and I'm starting like I'm starting like getting mad at my grandmother. I'm like, pero háblame, abuela, háblame, que yo, like talk to me. Like, I know you're having fun with God up there. I know you with your peoples, with families and stuff like that. But damn, just let me know that you're doing good. Let me know. Come in my dreams. Just let me know that I'm all right. Like, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Cause then I started tripping. I'm like, then I'm like, for real, I'm getting agitated. Yo, y'all would think I was walking in the street and I'm like, you see in the street when people talking to themselves, I was like that. Strictly like that. I ain't saying out loud, but I'm like this with my mouth, like, come on, like, man, like, for real, I've been waiting, man. It's been a long time. Like, damn, you can't have all that fun and not think about me like that. Like, and at that day, I'm like, yo, man, like, yo, heaven better be real. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, heaven better be real. Don't tell me that shit is on the dirt. Like, come in my dream. Like, I'm like, yo, come in my dreams. I've been hearing all these people I'll be hearing people sometime online saying that their parents or their mother or their father died and they came back in their dream and stuff like that. I hear all these stories every time. And I can't have that dream. What's going on? I know you ain't going to hell, Punch, I have 3 grandbabies sleeping all over my bed. Beautiful. Beautiful thing. Good looking out with the $5 super chat. That's a beautiful thing. I love being with them so much. Ryan, Kobe, and Journey. 653, being with kids is the best. Man, that's a blessing, man. Hopefully I get there. Hopefully I get this. Not very soon, but hopefully I get there. I always say the only good thing I know how to be is a father. That's the only thing that's the only great thing I know I'm good at. That's the only thing I'm good at. And everything I've done in my life is just be a father. You know what I'm saying? I could be a fuck up in everything. Excuse my language, And I was listening to this guy. And I at first when he said, have y'all seen that video that's going viral about this guy that said, you don't raise your kids raise you. Your kids not yours. You don't raise the kids. That your kids raise you. And at first, as soon as I heard him say that, I'm like, here we go. This is another philosopher in social media that's trying to say something that nobody heard. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets to the point, right? Like, all right. When people try to sound smart, here we go. Just another new philosopher in social media, shit like that, try to sound smart, like, you don't raise your kids. Your kids raise you. All right, here comes this new stuff. But when I started thinking about it, and I was with my son today, and I told him about it as well. And I told my son, no, it's true. Because when I had my son, it was like I was scared of dying. I was not scared of dying before my son. I was scared of dying. I'm scared of F up. I'm scared of my son. I always want to be there for my son. My worst nightmare when I had a son, when I soon had a son, and he came out the womb, and I was praying when they was bathing him, you know what I'm saying? And I remember that first day, and I was talking to God and talking to myself, and I said, the worst nightmare is for my son to grow up and say I wasn't there for him, or I wasn't a good father, or I wasn't. And when my son tells me, yo, Dad, you're the best. You're the best ever. I love you. I feel so every time I'm with you, I'm smiling and blah, blah. We went to a diner today. It's like, and I feel like, and I say, yo, you make me feel, I told my son, I said, you make me feel young. You make me feel so good about myself. If it wasn't for my oldest son, I'll be like, I don't give a fuck about life, to be honest. Because before him, I didn't really. I'm like, I don't care, But he does raise you to make better choices, to timing, scheduling, all those aspects, more responsible, more clean, more, uh, 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 um, um, you know, paying bills, being more. It does raise you when you want to be, when you're a great parent, or you really want to be a great father, a great mother. It raise your level. So yeah, they don't raise you, but you do raise you. So I understood that philosophy of when the guy's saying that you don't raise kids, but they raise you. They raise you. I say yes, you do raise your kid, but they do raise your level of consciousness, raise you as a better person because you want to be a better person for them, more responsible because you got responsibilities. That's why you take more risks when you don't have responsibilities, but now you just can't leave the job that you don't really want to work in because you got responsibility to pay bills. you know there's certain relationships that you just, if that girl, if you were single, you could still mess with that girl that don't really care about kids and stuff like that. But now that you have a kid, you can't be with that woman that don't care about kids. Because how you gonna be with a woman that don't have no respect? Not even, you don't gotta love my child, but you gotta understand and you gotta understand that I'm a father and love me enough that I do have other responsibilities, and you will respect me that I am a good father, that I'm attentive, and that I'm a hands-on dad, you know. So it raises your level of people that you want to choose around. It raises the level of yourself, self-respect, self-awareness, be more righteous, make less mistakes, you know. Trick said, yo, my brother passed in September, still grieving, fam, man. Man, my condolences, my brother, man. I know, it's hard, man. And shout out to also Ak from Ak and Barak. His father passed away. So shout out to Ak. Prayers for his loss. Pray for your loss, man. That your light, that your heavy heart, pray that it gets a bit lighter each and every day. Prayers go out to Vanis Matarosian. He's having it tough right now with cancer right now. So shout out to his family, his kids. Vanis Matarosian was a junior welterweight contender and champion and all that. So Matarosian, hopefully that he survives this cancer fight. Um, you know. So yeah, man. Much love, brother, man. Much love, man. It's tough, man. It's tough, man. It's tough. Even when after this live, man, I probably, man, just talking about my grandmother, I probably just go, I go to sleep and just like get those moments, and I try not to talk too much about my grandmother and shit like that. But I'm like, damn, man. Yeah, we all gonna go. I hear that a lot. We all gonna go, She lived a good life, She lived a full life, Yeah, yeah. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? Of course, man. Matter of fact, I appreciate and I thank God that she passed away in the way that she passed away in her sleep. I like, she didn't suffer. But damn, it's like ain't nothing to replace that. Ain't no conversation, ain't no chemistry to replace that. It's like that's it. It's like I always heard that, when somebody dies, that a part of you dies. Yo, that's true, man. It's true. It's like a part of you die. You're never gonna get that back. Part of you does it dies, man. It's no way to find that conversation, no way to find that, that's it. I ain't never gonna see you again. That's it. And I have to believe in my faith that I walk into the kingdom of heaven, and see again. But as of right now, that's it. I ain't no mind effing myself. So I know it's hard, man. It's hard for me to be a father when I didn't have one. Chino, I understand that, but um, but you acknowledging and knowing that you didn't have one should make you be the father that you feel you wish you had. You know what I'm saying? Because your child is an innocent man. All he deserves is a good father. You know. So I'm not sure if you have a kid. Do you have a kid, Chino? If you do, though, just be the best, man. Be the best. It's no being Superman is the best, man. Being Superman and Punch is your call, and most importantly, how you connect with your chat family. Thanks, man. Thanks. Love my kids. I appreciate you. Oh, you do, Chino, man. Just I'm telling you, man. It's no even if you're in a situation where family court, um, they it's hard for them to they don't your baby mom. I don't know what situation you have, but let's say if you having that tough situation, um, you just fight it. You just see whenever you can see your kids, you got to make those sacrifices. You never, there's fathers out there. They go to court and and you see your kids every other week, and you actually see your kids of no, you know, your kids going out of school, make some time. You going out to their field trips. I want to take them to the doctor's office. Get the emails from their teachers. Please email me. I'm having tell the teachers the situation as well, so they could the teachers understand that, because in the end of the day, a real teacher want the best for the child. There's ways around even those visitation and all that stuff. Nah, you go to court. Whenever you go to court, and any man going to court, they be like, "Oh, when can you see your kid?" Anytime, every time. If you gotta go, if you don't have your kid on a Monday and you got time to show up to be right in front of the school and see them for that quick 2 minutes and talk to them, I'm here. You let your kid, even when your kid is gonna grow. Remember, we all grow. Your kid is not going, ain't nobody gonna hold you back. Nobody's gonna hold you back. You go to parent teachers night. And if you don't go to parent teachers night with your child, you go see the teacher. You tell everybody that's around your child, not you, but you show up. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to his physical. When he's sick, call me up. What? The court's gonna say like, no, it's not your visitation, right? You crazy? If my kid, imagine if I have visitation, right? If I don't have visitation with my kids, imagine on a Monday and my kid gets sick on a Monday. I'm not gonna see my kid because I don't have one on a Monday. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if something happens to your kids, you know what I'm saying? Something happens to your kids, if they in the hospital, they die, who's gonna be there? It's gonna be you and the mother. So sometimes you gotta tell the judge, how dare you to tell me when I can't see it again. I could see my kid whenever I want. Now there gotta be some respect there because we're not together. And he lives with his mom, he go to school, he need to go to bed at this time and stuff like that. But no, I'm available. You're available 24/7. And you let your child know you're available 24/7. And the reason why you're not seen and they're not with you because of this is because of the court and whatever. You let them know whatever age they are, they at to comprehend what's going on. Because I'm telling you the truth, in there's certain situation, the other side's gonna make you look like the devil. You know? So there's certain situations where there are fathers that are deadbeats. There's a situation where there's bitter mothers that want to take their frustration out on the guy not wanting her, and it's a package deal. Oh, you don't want me, that you can't see my son, you gotta give me child support and all that, whatever. And there's some other dudes that you ain't doing shit, but the time that she want to take you to court, then you want to act like you want to do shit. Nah, you just want to do now because now she's taking you to child support or she's taking you to court. Now you want the visitation. Now you want to. No. So you got to also, men and women always got to be real with themselves, you know? Always got to be real with themselves. But be there for your kids, man. Be there. She knew everything about me and used against me with my son. I did birthdays, graduation. I did it all with him. But when it was for the summer, it was always no. She never let me take him. All I could say, Chino, man, you just keep fighting. You trust me, your kids is gonna know the truth. There's always gonna be two sides of the story, but when you show up, when you're there, man, hey yo, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother live, man. I could go in on certain things, but all I say is you let yourself be seen. Let yourself be heard. Not disrespectful. And that's why I say take those little moments, those little time when they be like, hey, you don't, it's just like you refuse to not being held back, almost in anything in life. You refused that your fatherhood is going to be held back. Nah, I'm going to be there. Hey, woman, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be in school. I'm going to be in front of the school when you drop him off. He's going to see me or she's going to see me. Hi, daddy, I love you. Your child's whole day, that little minute, 30 seconds that you sacrifice. And it was instead, let's say they're keeping it, you don't have the visitation, you don't see your kids on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. You have that 30-second, your child is always going to know, oh, I see my daddy today. He's always here. He might not be with me all the time, but he's in arm's reach. You pick him up from class, pick him up from school. Tell the teacher when there is a field trip, if the mother works, you take off. I'm going to the field trip. Teachers love when the parents are on the field trip because it make their job easier, right? They like when the parents chaperone. I used to chaperone my sons all the trips in elementary. It used to be two fathers that the teachers knew. A bunch of mothers used to, but fathers, you really don't go into the after school program, into the programs. They wouldn't. I went to 90%, 95% of his of when he was in elementary school. I was a chaperone. Pick him up from school. I mean, buy him a bagel, buy him a little sandwich, have it there for him. If he can't eat it with those little 10 minutes that he or she could be with you while they go to school, boom, you put it in their bag. Or I bought him a bagel. What the mother's gonna say? I don't want. He already ate. The child is gonna look. Oh, mommy, why you being mad? He bought me a sandwich. He bought me a bagel. He did it. He bought me some food. He did. You don't even have to be mean. The mother's gonna see. Your child is going to see it's hard for a parent to lie on another parent when the parent is always there. Your father don't want to see you. Yes, I did. My daddy want to see me. I saw him in front of school, mommy. Stop talking about my daddy. Then the kid is going to rebel because the kid is going to catch on. The kids ain't stupid. We ain't stupid. We always kids. There are certain things that we just didn't want to say because we scared. We scared we're going to get mommy mad. We scared we're going to get daddy mad. Because we think it's our fault. They fighting. We don't understand too much and it's our fault. And that's why I say don't argue. Don't argue in front of the kids. That's traumatizing in itself. It don't matter who's right, who matter wrong. When you argue in front of the kids, it's a traumatizing experience. I'm traumatized, man. My house was World War III, bro. All I remember was my father and my mother just arguing all over the place to the point that I had to get out of there. It's traumatizing. It could lead to adulthood as well. That everything, you could be in a relationship and you start arguing with your girl like your father was arguing with your mother. And then it's like, oh, this is the way that people communicate. And if you weak, that's why sometimes that's why I used to have this conversation with people be like, why do men hit girls? Why do girls hit the man? Why do a girl goes back with the man when he physically abused her? Why? Because guess what? And it's not an excuse, but I get into these deep conversations on why. That's why remember I told you earlier about the Bible. I'm always curious. I always ask questions. Why? Why? I'd be like, yo, when I remember back in school and a girl or a young adult and a girl would be like, yo, this man, yeah, my man hit me and shit like that. And then 2 weeks later, a month, 3 months later, they back together. Nah, he cool. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know why? How do we learn discipline? How do most of us learn discipline, which, and depending on the era that you are? To get shit right, I got hit by my dad. To get shit right, I got hit by my mom. Right? And if you're not strong enough and you grow and you grow out of that violence, because it is what it is, then you're in a relationship. And then you see combative relationship and you see the guy hit the girl, you hear the girl hit the guy. Why? Why is he hitting her? Why is she hitting him? Because to make him understand what he wants from her, vice versa, that's the way they learn when they was a kid. For your parent to get to know, to get to tell, for mother to get you to do right, talk right, say right, act right, you get hit. And when a dude don't grow out of his baby mentality, vice versa, it's violence. Woman, I want this from you. I hate you, motherfucker. Then you see a relationship like Blueface and what's the other chick's name? Christian, whatever her name is. Trauma. People learn. So you got to take the good of your parents, and then you be a better person than your parents. And then you have kids and you want your kids to be better than you. There's people that, there's parents that's competing with their kids and shit like that. I was hearing Connor Ben, and Connor Ben said that Nigel Ben didn't give him anything. That his house, his mansion, and it's his, not his child, that he got to work for his. Let me tell you like this. If my kid is living under my household and they keep the same principle and morals and they highly respect you, they're not bad people. They're not bad kids. They're not bad young adults. My kid is always going to have a home. Everything that's in this house is theirs. It's my child. I'm sorry. I'm not the one that says, oh, my kid, I ain't giving my kid. He need to go and get it on his own. No. I'll be more than happy to. And if I had, let's say doors that could be open, opportunities because of the legacy that you put in, the work that you put in, and relationships that you build on the come up. And it's easier for my child because, like people get mad. Why is LeBron James' son in the NBA? Well, maybe because of what LeBron James did and the power that he gained and the legacy and the money that he made for a lot of people. That shit, if I want my kid to be in the NBA, I want my kid to be in the NBA. So what? That speaks on legacy. We want to leave a legacy behind to the point that our kids is going to capitalize off that legacy. Just stay within the course. Just stay within the morals and the respect and the principle of what I've brought you, and you good. Shit, the day I don't want my kid in the house is when they crackheads and shit like that. I don't give a damn if they want to. If I had a big house, I'll have all my kids there. Stay here, have babies with your girl, with your wives and stuff like that. I don't give a damn. I want them all around me. If I had the money, I will build a community and just have my family around. Or I gotta work for them. This is mine. This is not my kids. I'll work for it. Nah. Your kid, your kid was a motivation for you to keep on working for it. The day that you want to take out opportunities or a shelter is when your kid becomes a delinquent, when he has no respect for you or the mother or your mother, or of his mother or her mother. You know, when you're disrespectful, when you don't go to school and don't do whatever and not be be the opposite of what you want, of what you raised. And like you can't even identify your child or whatever. All right, you want to do your own thing. You really, really want to do your own thing in your own way, in your own way, opposite of what. All right, then for you to be happy, then you could go. Life lessons, man. But yo, everybody in the chat, man, I hope, hey, I'm gonna go live later on anyway, because I'm gonna do the fight, the event. And the event is gonna start in 6 hours? Yeah, the event gonna start like in 6 hours. So I'm gonna go live again. I'm gonna take a nap, then go live again. We're gonna be doing the fight, the event with David Benavidez, Anthony Yard, Devin Haney versus Brian Oman Jr., Bam Rodriguez. We got Abdullah Mason, whole card. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh. And I'm gonna go live like in 7 hours, 1 p.m. Eastern time or earlier, because of some good fights. Love y'all. God bless. Thank you for rocking with me in the morning. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next. God first, everything second. 5 + 5 = shoe champions. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Y'all already know. Love y'all. Love my kids in the building. And yo, everybody pray for Charles Edward Cheese' niece who had abdominal surgery. My prayers. Hope speedy recovery on God's time. Love you, my brother. And hope everything is going well with your niece. Shout out to Charles Edward Queso. Shout out to Love My Kids. Hopefully everything is good with the D2 situation, and hopefully he's in great position so he can accomplish his dreams and goals. Shout out to Aga Dad, Claressa Shields. Shout out to Claressa Shields. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, that she become as great as a person, has a great as a character as she is in the ring, because she is a wonderful talent, a wonderful skill set, a wonderful warrior. And her story could be, if they already did a biopic on her, imagine the second, the third half of her life. You know what I'm saying? So if we could be inspired by that, if people could be inspired by that, there's so much to be inspired about. Now you're in position to truly reach millions, to really carry the torch, to really carry the sport. You know what I'm saying? There's too many things in social media. There's too many people representing, selling their souls. You feel me? There's too many entities. It's in our culture, bro. Hip hop culture. What are they showing? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at even the female artists. Look at the female. It's just a bunch of stripper with a mic. We're losing our culture. We're losing our sense. We're losing our righteousness for clicks and views, for algorithm. People are fighting for algorithm. Say the craziest shit. Be a fool. That's why why you think they have, every time you go on IG, you got Ray J, you got Tekashi 6ix9ine, you got now even you got, what's the guy's name, Brown, the dude that was with Raven, that show Raven. Look what they putting. They just want to showcase crazy comments, controversial figures. Blueface come out of jail. Blueface everything. Max B come out of jail. What is so good to celebrate? What is so celebrate about these people? Look who's viral in our culture. Look at the women in hip hop. Look who's viral in our culture. Look at the relationship that goes viral in our culture. Even in Spanish culture. Even in Spanish. Look at Alofoque. Yeah, it's funny, but look what they have. Look at the women in Alofoque. Look at the men in Alofoque. Look at that. The whole culture is losing themselves for algorithm. Who owns the algorithm? Look at how many interviews. Put it this way. How many interviews did Claressa Shields did in the past week? In the past week and a half, how many interviews? From the press conference, how many interviews? Club Shay Shay. Akin Barak. How many interviews? CBS. How many interviews? I can't see one segment that I'm like, yo, I'm inspired. I'm inspired. Man, she can inspire the world. She could have used that platform and say, you know what? Look, I do got a chip on my shoulder. I do believe I'm the greatest of all time, but that's my mindset. But Laila Ali paved the way for me, and Christy Martin paved the way for me, and we're paving the way for the next generation. Y'all got my support. I'm gonna fight with y'all. I'm gonna hold y'all legacy up high because it's today that holds the legacy of the past up. You're the one that's supposed to keep the legacy of Laila Ali and Christy Martin and Ann Wolf going. So then the women that respect you enough that's coming up keeps your legacy going as well. That's how legacy keeps going and gets passed on. It's not to say I fight better than Christy and I fight better than Muhammad Ali and they ain't nothing and stuff like that. I've beat them both up. Well, you think by saying that, people gonna be like, yeah, Claressa Shields, but so we all need prayer. I need prayer myself, and I'll say I forgive if there's certain things that not forgive, but I apologize if I say certain things that's way out of bounds. You know, because at the end of the day, I want women boxing to flourish. I want boxing to flourish. I respect the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. I respect this sport. I love this sport. I think they're special human beings. I know the chip on their shoulder they need to carry. But I also know the humbleness and the responsibility of inspiring and motivation mass number of people. Like we all could motivate and inspire others. I could motivate one person or two people, or there's 87 people looking on right now. I could probably motivate 87 people. But a Claressa Shields that she covers a ground and other athletes that cover a ground of inspiring millions. That could actually start a culture. How about we start a culture in our community and start a culture? Because the culture of, I want to prove my haters wrong. How about let's start a culture of, I'm going to prove my supporters right. I'm going to prove within my work or whatever that God's blessings is legit. I'm going to prove my supporters right. I'm going to prove that God make no mistakes. For the non-believers, I'm going to prove to you that God makes no mistakes, and I'm going to prove my supporters right. Now, my haters wrong because haters are a devilish entity. Hating is a devilish entity. Hating is a devilish spirit. You're never going to prove the haters wrong because the more that you succeed, the more they're going to hate. A hater is a devilish spirit. But when you prove your supporters right, you're motivated by your support. Saying that you're motivated by haters. Let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen, whether people don't like, because I know we've used this phrase in most of us use this phrase coming up or whatever you're doing in life. Watch, I'm going to prove the haters wrong. You're being motivated by the devil. You're being motivated by a devilish spirit, proving the haters wrong. No, prove the supporters right, because your supporters come from a loving spirit. It comes from a supporting spirit. It comes from a godly spirit, supporter and love. I'm going to prove that your support, that y'all not supporting me for no reason. I'm going to support y'all. And y'all giving me that power. You giving the power to the devil if you want to support the haters wrong. You know what I'm saying? Let's start a culture that drama don't sell. Let's start a culture that love and respect and righteousness sell. Because if you're good in your position, when you're good and you're righteous and you're loving and you're supportive, that's going to be like, oh shit, that's how you earn, by loving others, by respecting others. There is perks in being an Anthony Joshua. There is perks of being an ambassador. It is perks of being Amanda Serrano. It's perks of being sweet. It's perks of being respectful. It's perks of being grateful. It's perks for being nice. Amanda Serrano is the highest paid female fighter. It's perks of being respectful. I don't got to Amanda Serrano or Katie Taylor don't need to show their body. They don't need to show their butt. They don't need to trash talk and curse out each other, downplay their legacies and accomplishments. They're the highest paid, the biggest fight in women boxing, meaning the blueprint and the green print in women boxing is to be ladylike, respectful, grateful, great, got to be great, hardworking, inspiring, motivation, and uplifting other women up. Because women boxing, women already got it hard enough. So anyway, y'all already know it's Punch Drunk Boxing. Love y'all. God bless. On to the next. I'll be live in 6 to 7 hours. Peace out.